Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Wednesday night game of TORGanized play. Currently, as you see on the screen, we are working under a different, what would we call that, tabletop setting?
Virtual tabletop.
There you go. Different virtual tabletop than what you usually see us use. We're using Foundry. Because Mike likes Foundry, so we're using Foundry. And Mike is the one running the game, so we got to keep him happy, or we all die, right? Is that how that works? Anyway.
As long as you don't do the thing. If you do the thing, we're
just
unhappy.
Gotta watch out and don't do the thing. We don't know what the thing is yet, but just don't do it.
I think I fixed the thing, so we're good.
All right. Well, confusion aside. Let's see. Down below in the link, we have Roll Hit Die link for our website, and we also have a link for Extra Life. Go down there, click on that, and give those children at the Children's Medical Network as well as children's hospitals. And you can do that anytime throughout the year because we leave ours running year long. Don't think there's any other further announcements beyond that. So I'll just go ahead and hand it off to Mike, and he can herd these cats through this thing called Foundry.
Yes. If you notice, we are a player down tonight, Jim. He's not going to be able with us tonight, but Lehman will control the soaring sleuth. So all the martyr cards go to the soaring sleuth because that's how it works, right?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, so that's what we heard. So yeah, that's
I
the
think
thing.
I'm already trading a drive offensively.
Make sure we get him a transfer so we can suck him dry of all of his possibilities too.
Exactly.
I mean, kill him.
Look, he's hoarding the possibilities. So last we left our intrepid adventurers, we were in the city of Copenhagen. Bring everybody over here. We were in the zoo area, where has turned into a elven sanctuary in the area of Fredericksburg. I'm gonna butcher all the names.
Again.
Our Storm Knights have gone there to try to find the mayor, but they're unable to find the passcode yet to get into talk to the elven leader. The elven leader, whose name is Elfin Cathay. I think I'm pronouncing it incorrect.
I thought Elven Cafe was the thing that was taken over after Starbucks left.
Yeah, I think so. Ervel Caffeine. It's a Euvel. Euvel Cathfaine. Evil Caffeine. That's
Evil
who we
Caffeine. Got it.
Exactly.
Right next to what was it? The something chicken? Chicken pizza?
Chicken pizza? Yes. We last played an idea card played by Aiden to notice that, hey, maybe something about these shrines that are all about will help us discover this passcode we need to go see Caffeine. And that's where we left off.
Yes, we
still in Fredericksburg.
Checking the shrines or something for some sort of clues.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, Aiden would have shared that information with everybody else so that anybody else who had an idea beyond the idea card could do so.
Mm-hmm. So after that idea, what would you valiant Storm Knights like to do?
Some sleuthing.
You're able to go around, and it's pretty easy to pick up where these shrines are because there's one on every corner. Going through, see a couple, something seems a little off about them. There are things that are in the one shrine, you would see some parts that are there. In another shrine, they'd either be moved to a different place, or they wouldn't be there entirely, or they're just not quite the same. But the same kind of shape, general shape and size which you have going on. After a little bit, how would everybody like to throw me an evidence analysis or a scholar test of your choice?
I would love to help
right.
you out, but my character sheet won't pop open.
Your character sheet won't pop open?
No.
Well, that's not.
And try hitting F5. It doesn't look like you're logged in.
You know, Dan had logged in before me, and then the server went down, Mike. I bet you.
Yeah, Dan, I bet you're going to have to relog in.
Dan did the thing, didn't he?
Well, we did say it was his fault the server crashed, and he never contradicted us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's a tough crowd tonight.
There you go.
If you guys are willing to assist,
Yeah, because I was little even still on the other screen, so I wasn't even on this screen.
Aha.
if you guys are willing to assist
There we
Dr.
go.
Nightfall, he'll be, I think, 4 to 11 unskilled for the role.
And you wanted what exactly? Evidence analysis or
Evidence analysis or a scholar.
Grunt does not help.
No, I did not expect Grunt to help.
He tried though.
You know what? I'm not even going to try to help.
Well, it looks like the Soaring Sleuth is going to give you a little help.
How
Via
much help
Pierre.
to give? Or is he going to just try to give?
Oh, he's actually giving you some help.
Is he? I didn't
Yes,
see
with
it
the-
on that here. I see mine.
Are you using scholar or evidence analysis?
Oh, I'm going to use evidence analysis.
Yeah, he's giving you help. So you at least have
Oh,
a plus
yeah, right there. It was under Pierre's name. That's why I was getting confused.
Yeah.
one. Mhm.
All right, so +1. Did not. Ugh. Well.
Would you like a second chance?
I'll use my own
Okay.
as much as I don't want to. All right, discard. So I think that's going to be play.
Yes.
All right. And I've noticed there's no shift roll for an attribute. Oh, you have to click.
No, because you're not really. You can.
Yeah. All right. So I have help of one person. So there you go. Is it rolling? Why is it not rolling?
Thing yet.
It's your turn to mess it up.
There we go.
That is a total of an 11. Because it did let me click shift mine, but it wouldn't let me roll it, which is weird.
That is weird.
It was. Put in the effect +1.
So you have a total of 11.
Yep.
Which is a standard success. Would you like to do better?
Is it worth doing better?
I don't know.
if we
different
want to
success
get
levels
into-
get
You know what?
better.
There's a chance that better gets things done faster. So yes,
That's correct.
I have.
Always worth
Yes.
doing better.
How many do I have? I have 6. I will decrement that, and so that is an 18.
Get an 18, so you're at good.
Can you hear me?
And an action will hit a 21.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
Dan.
play the action. I'm gonna hit that +3, and boom, there we go.
So 21.
So we're officially in the books.
20.
So
No, I had help that it wouldn't let me add.
yes.
It's okay.
Uh,
You were reloading. You forgot how to play. It's okay, Dan. We don't want
So you do go through, and you're able to pick out. There is some sort of pattern going on.
Of course.
Why some things are missing and some things are not.
Meaning each shrine's slightly different.
Yes. You can notice that you were able to pick out that some of the shrines aren't real shrines. Even though you're from Core Earth, you've had a little experience with Isle.
I have.
And you can tell it's like because the elven god of secrets is what these altars are about. So some of them are just not right at all. It's like this is not a real shrine.
Right.
And you notice that some people are avoiding those shrines rather than a few other shrines. So you're putting 2 and 2 together and going okay. You can also notice that there are well hidden design elements within the shrine itself. The missing pieces are just well hidden. So on the basically where you find a real shrine, I'll put that in air quotes. It's like it's there, but it's missing somehow. And then you start putting things together that there's some magic coinciding with everything going on too. Do you have does
I do have
does the
magic.
doctor? Well, do you have divination?
In point of fact, I believe that's is that my apex skill? That is
Yes.
my apex skill. Would you like a divination roll?
I would like a challenging divination roll. So DN is 12.
All right. Well, fortunately, I didn't roll awful, and the action total there is a 12.
And that's what you need. You start looking at a few shrines, and you're looking at a particular shrine that's in an alleyway, and you're picking up an interesting message.
Okay.
But then you are. Let me bring you over to. So you're basically going through your divination magic, and you're in this alleyway, and then suddenly from the doorways you see a group of elves pop out, and then behind you there's another group, and one group pops in front of you and kind of goes, "Oi, what you doing?"
I cannot tell you. It's a secret.
Well, why don't you leave and go back to your part of the town?
Well, unfortunately, we've been given a mission by our leaders in concert with yours. So I'm afraid we are going to have to continue. We don't want trouble, but we are prepared to defend ourselves should it be necessary.
Well, it's trouble you want, you trouble you got. And he pulls out a weapon.
I believe I specifically said we did not want trouble.
Well, you leave, you don't get into trouble.
Are these more rat scallions, Dr. Gotak?
Who's he talking to?
I believe he's talking.
Looking straight at you.
Grunt, just punch. Just
Grunt punches.
punch.
So flip a card.
You
just told me to flip a
Grunt
card.
punches a flip card.
were you saying I should flip a card here, huh?
Real quick, this is aisle dominant, right? Not mix zone.
You are still in a mix zone.
So since we are so outnumbered, we can start with a card in our pool.
Yes, you can.
Oh, good.
Ooh. Yay, underdog.
I happened to have scrolled over the tent like a half second before, and I was like, I should ask. Of course, I'm also down 2 cards, so that's unfortunate.
Light Ascendant. That is going to be your card, and yes, that is going to be middle text is applies. So characters light perks have favored test this round. Any character with darkness or supernatural evil is stymied. I don't think we have anybody. Heroes are going to go first, and villains are going to be stymied. So I've reordered everybody.
Well, I'm getting ready to punch like 3 of these guys. So if somebody wants to put some conditions on somebody, that's fine. Otherwise,
Attack.
I'm just going to punch them.
Attack and taunt are approved.
And since we're not in Torg Eternity 1.5 yet, we can earn 2 cards.
I still think we can still just earn. If you could earn 2 cards if you attack and taunt.
Yes, that's what the FAQ.
That's yes. That's the 1.5 rules.
Where is the card showing?
And the
you
combat tracker at the
The
top.
fist.
Yeah, the combat tracker, which is the fist.
Okay.
Okay, so nobody said anything, so I'm going to Deathclaw 3 of these guys.
You can Deathclaw 3 of those guys.
No. Oh, I
Choose
got
a
a target. That's right. I got a target.
Yes.
Let's see. So I got a shift click to get them. Yep, there we go.
That is correct.
There we go. Okay. I'll remember how this thing works.
And then you shift click to get on the die to
All right,
get the modifiers.
So I'm not moving. It's not a multi-action. I am multi-targeting. I have 3 targets. I'm not called shotting. I could all out attack, but that's not really going to get me anything. Let's see how we do first. Yeah, so let's see how we do. How many? What do we got for possibilities right now?
You have
You got a
4.
few.
You have the lowest
Oh,
of the
you know what?
bunch.
I'll give you one just because I'll take 3 elves out.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Nom, 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 nom.
Possibility. That kind of sucked, except that it was 2 wounds and 4 shock.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, these guys go pop,
I'm gonna,
pop, pop.
you know, they're elves and they're kind of nice guys. I'm just gonna punch hard and knock out. I'm not trying to gut anybody. So I'm just gonna knock them out, not kill them.
Papa's gonna knock you out. You're still gonna knock him out, even if you're pulling your punch here. So, with the
Yeah, but
toughness
I don't want to
of
leave. I don't
8.
want to leave the alley wet with their brains. So
Yeah, you're still taking 3 of them down. So
okay.
Do, 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 do.
Was it 2 wounds or 1 wound is overkill or spot on? Meaning, do they have a wound or do they have no wounds?
They've got. Oh, you know what? I should probably pop up a nice little card that I have.
That would be cool.
That I've created in the journal, because I keep on forgetting to do this. Journal. Where are you, journal?
And I let out my best T-Rex roar impersonation as I drop 3
There
of
you
them.
go. The Elvish Toughs. You should be able to see them on your desktop now.
I can't.
Yeah.
Boop.
Huh?
Aha. So yeah, they are toads and don't have any.
Nope, they're dead.
wounds.
Yep. Boop, boop, boop. So there you go.
I'm marking them dead, not dead.
I'm done.
Okay. Bjorn is going to move over here, and okay, why am I having a problem targeting these people?
Have you
Are
got
able
to
to
set the
click on
target,
them?
or have you got to set the other thing up there on the left?
Okay, there we go.
You got it? Cool.
Got it.
I
Okay.
can see your little
I'm
dots
targeting
starting
3
to
of them,
Yes.
and then where does that little thing come up? The dice roller?
Oh, so you go to the what are you trying to do?
I am trying to. Oh, I see. I'm trying to just punch them.
All right, yeah. So use the
So I
you
do
should have
that.
it. You should have a punch icon or
Okay.
a punch item, and then you shift and click the die roller.
Okay. I am going to all out attack them, but since I can eliminate 4 points of penalty, I'm technically not. I don't add anything for that. Okay.
Correct.
So.
Oh yeah, they're gone into let's see here. You had
That was a
tweak
lot.
modifier.
Yeah.
Is that damage correct for your strength?
Well, I have to do the BDs.
Oh
So,
yes, yes you do.
Yeah, 2 wounds and 4 shots.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
again, I'm also just knocking out.
Yeah. Papa said knock you out, or Mama said knock you out. Some of those things. Some parents said knock you out, and they are knocked out.
Yeah. One gets a fist, the other gets a fist, the other gets a foot to the groin.
Boop. All right. So that is Grunt. I'm gonna check mark you, and I don't see. Oh, I don't see you. Should be on the tracker. Oh, I know why I don't see you on the tracker. Because you're hiding. Because you are apparently you're hostile to everybody.
Yeah,
We'll
for some
update
reason,
that.
I keep coming up as hostile.
Yeah,
Something we need to know
it's
about?
a token. It's shh. It's the token. It's okay. We got Bjorn and we got him hooked
I'll be
up.
right back, guys.
All right. Who's next?
I'm gonna,
And draw your card for your attacks. You haven't drawn your card.
I'm gonna throw a
Yes.
tear gas grenade at the group that I've got marked.
Which groups? That I don't see.
It's the 5 to the left.
5 to the left. Okay.
Make sure this works right. That, well, no. I'll spend a possibility.
All right.
So what is possibility? So it's a action total of 18.
18 versus their dodge.
Yeah, wherever I put that thing at. Yeah, versus their dodge.
So that is a good success. Run away from outstanding.
Okay, so it needs 14 damage, needs 1 BD. So just 1 BD like that. 18 damage.
Oh yeah, they're actually going to get knocked out too. Like, oh,
Who was the fellow who was actually said, "Oh, you want trouble?" And I said, "No, we don't," and he basically made it
that
clear.
that thug that I'm picking right there.
Excellent.
The one that's closest to the sleuth.
That's closest to the who?
The soaring sleuth.
That's a shame. He's in melee, isn't he?
Technically, yes.
So shooting him is not ideal.
Done well, and I was like, "There's something."
All right, then. Well, I'm not great at taunting, but
Good.
I think we have Mark.
yeah, I muted Mark because sorry, I couldn't.
Gotcha.
So it looks like these guys are almost done. I guess I'll try to avoid burning resources and just throw up. You know what? I will go ahead and portent. No time
Okay.
present for that.
Okay.
I don't think I have any penalty for anything else. So straight up roll 20. Excellent. That is outstanding.
That's fantastic.
You can pass me 2.
I
For
will.
given that deck, I will go get them and discard one of them.
I was on the wrong mic. Sorry about that.
No, we muted you, Mark.
I saw that and I was like, wait a minute, why? Whatever.
Here, let's see.
You're not quiet.
Oh, I'm never quiet. Please, come on.
Let's see.
You met me?
Yeah,
Trauma.
Mostly because I have to talk to you because you can't hear anybody.
Okay, make fun of my disability. I see how it is.
All right, I need
Uh-huh.
to heal to. That's tabletop. That's soaring sloop. That's portent. 2 cards.
Please.
Oh, I need.
I'm gone for 2 minutes and all the elves are gone. Come on, guys. Jeez.
You should have them in the portent.
Yep, I'm looking now. All right, so I don't like that. I'm not fond of that either, but some of these guys are unconscious, aren't they?
Yes. The ones that are visible are the ones that are visible. They're active.
So I will discard that one.
Okay, they just put it.
If people hover over it, they'll be like, "Wait, why are you discarding that?"
Gotcha. Okay,
Because the villains will wake up on the villain inspiration,
there you go.
even though we would go first. And then
This one, what you want to do is you want to pass. You should be able to pass this, or actually, I can do it. I'll pass it to the active. Okay, cool.
I'm all done.
Sure. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, because I changed. I did that. Okay. And ugh, there's a little something a little goofy. Why did it do that?
I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee.
Rod, you had the other card was overwhelmed. Is that correct?
Don't remember. What's it look like? Villains go first, and then heroes, and nothing on either line.
Correct.
Yeah, that's it. That sounds right. I don't remember what the situation was. I think mobs doubling or something.
Gotcha. All right. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure that the stack is correct, and it is not correct at the moment.
What does it do? Pass it to the very bottom.
There were additional cards in there that should not be there.
Got it.
So let me.
If I were to play one of those, like it shows what I passed to the drama deck, which is unfortunate because people can then hover over it and see what it is, by the way.
Yes, I understand.
Maybe we leave it in there until you're ready to put it out so that they don't see what gets passed there.
Yeah, and then actually what I can do is I can take over, I can pass it in, and then we'll see it. Okay, because I can take care of the passing. We can just need. I just need another order.
Yeah, well, in this case, there was only the one left because the other one was this.
Yep.
All right. Either way, I am finished.
Okay. I think I could do this. Pass to the drama. Okay. Aha. I think we're good. If not, I will fix it. Okay. That was Dr. Nigel. Dr. Nigel. So we have the Soaring Sleuth, Aiden, and Pierre. Oh no, Aiden went.
Yeah,
we have the Soaring Sleuth, and Pierre.
So Soaring Sleuth will go ahead and he will just try to use his sonic stick against the elvish thug.
Ah. I think you owe me some BD there. Ah, my pancreas.
That's why God gave you 2.
And he just crumbles over.
And then Pierre will move to those guys and let's see.
Mark, since you successfully attacked him, you should be able to pull a card.
Oh yeah, I get a card
because it was approved.
Can't do that from the little pop out hand thing. I got to do that from.
You can do it from the pop out hand thing. If you do it there should be a Destiny card.
Cosm Plus.
Button.
You just click that.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. And then these gentlemen are going to go away.
Yes, this is the part where you run.
Boop. Boop. Apparently you got the jump on them. They did not get the jump on you. So that was Pierre and the Soaring Sleuth and went, now it's the Elvish Thugs turn. Yeah, and they do exactly that. They're like, what the, and then just turn and run. So a lot of these guys they book it. If you would like to pursue them, they're going to be into the street itself where there's more things going on.
Well, I have 3 unconscious ones at my feet we can talk to later when we wake them up.
I don't that we have time. After all, we do have to get this password rather quickly. Unless you think you might be able to beat it out of one of them.
Search them to see if by chance somebody has it written on their person.
Ah, yes, yes.
Written on person? Grunt starts to roll up sleeves and take off shirts and inspecting flesh.
Not tattoos, Grunt. Written on paper. We go through their pockets.
Not paper. No one wear paper. Everyone have skin wrapped in dead things.
Just give us all their clothing, please.
So weird doctor, but Grunt starts taking off all of their clothing and handing it to Dr. Nigel.
You are already taking off all of their
Yes.
Yeah.
So as Grunt is putting a pile of clothes out there, there's a couple things. First, Dr. Nigel,
Yes.
you were able to complete your divination, and looking back at the shrine, you're able to detect these symbols that are there that start making sense to you.
Oh.
They say, "Mayor Madsen shall fall."
Okay.
Um,
Well, hopefully it's not a
And-
long fall. He won't hurt himself.
and everyone else as while this is going on, as you do see someone who a robed figure walking along the alleyway coming from the street, and they come up and they kind of look at the situation and says, is everyone okay?
Is it one of those weird
Are
robed
you
figures
asking
that were just kind of
us?
ambling around,
Or
or
are
is
you
this a
asking
different
about
weird
them?
robed figure?
This is a different robed figure, that actually obviously an elven figure. The other ones that were in the streets were everyone you interacted with were human.
We just experienced a hospitality wagon.
Ah,
Do you have password written on person? Take clothes off. Give to Dr. Nigel.
No, it won't be necessary. These rapscallions attacked us, and we're just teaching them a lesson. Do you have a poor box or anything like that? People could use some extra clothing.
I can round these miscreants up if you would, if
Yes,
if you need
please
to.
do.
Is there a mailbox or
you must be those storm knights I've heard that are coming around.
We are.
Ah, can I help you with anything else? Or you kind of
You may. What was your name, sir?
my name is Athiel.
Athiel. Dr. Nigel Kenworthy at your service. So, Athiel, the problem that we have, it seems, is that, well, and I point, you can see the magic on this shrine clearly indicates that there's going to be some sort of imminent attack upon the mayor. We were sent here to assist the mayor, make sure that, well, all is well, try to help keep the peace here,
I'm sure it'll be
as
fine.
well as assist the army of light with a variety of things. It's really a multitude of tasks that we have been asked to take on, and, well, I'm sure we're going to do a bang-up job. But we haven't been able to get in to see the mayor because, well, some of your countrymen don't seem to want us to. I feel they've sent us on a wild goose chase so that they can affect whatever this is, the problem is going to be that's going to happen to the mayor.
Fantastic. Hey, Dan, could you give me
Yes.
Could you give me a persuasion roll?
Me?
not chasing goose? No goose
Okay.
here.
It's a figure of speech, Trump. You know, when one says
No.
Okay, no problem. Dr. Nigel, would
I'm
you
still
give me
looking for these clothes, I guess.
Would you give me a persuasion roll at a +4 bonus, please?
oh, it didn't let me put the +4 in because I don't have persuasion, so I clicked the wrong thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So fortunately, not just that is a total of a 3 with the +4.
I mean, it's totally my thing, but I wasn't
That
paying
is
attention to him.
that is fantastic. It's like they kind of looked at you as like you're spouting these words at the person. They look a little confused. There must be not a total connection between how you're explaining things as you would to a core Earth versus an Eilish person.
Do you not
possibly
understand the words that are coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, there's okay, he's speaking a lot. That's
What
fantastic.
do you do here in town?
Well, whatever I'm asked, but I'm not sure how that's germane to the situation.
No, Athio. What do you do here?
Oh yes, I'm one of the alkalites, one of the followers of Aston, and I take care of the shrines from time to time.
Are you the one who hides the various clues, make sure that some of them aren't actually real shrines, then, as we've discovered?
Just kind of looking at you. It's like, what? I'm like, what do you?
Oh well, the evidence.
I don't understand. And then they'll turn to Bjorn says, yes, we've been having issues with some of the shrines recently. There were some outsiders that desecrated one of the shrines. Like, you were a doctor, you said?
Yes.
As the doctor here explained that there are messages that are in the shrines that are left by followers, and they seem to want to have just they wanted to desecrate the shrine to destroy this message. We have no idea what the message was. It's possible that our leader Envril Cathane knows what that message could have been. But they did flee the city afterwards. They may have gone to the north, or they may have gone to other parts of Copenhagen.
Doctor, what was the message you saw?
I relay the message. As I was trying to say, we've actually seen the message, and well, I believe we need to get that information to someone post-haste.
Mike, what was the message?
Mayor Madsen shall fall.
Must go protect Sar. Sar in trouble.
This is fall in the sense of he fell on the battlefield, not a slip and fall. See, there's very much a difference. After all,
you're talking to this person, and they're just kind of blank face.
So, Athiel, I take it the desecration was Mayor Madsen shall fall. Was that the desecration?
No, we don't know what it was. This message, and kind of like a little hush hush, kind of explaining to you that the messages are a way to pass intelligence through the community. So you may want to talk to Cafe about this message.
How do we get to see him?
Well,
I'm sure there is a password.
I'm sure if you pass this message on, that they'll know that you know this intelligence and be able to pass you through.
So the password is that the mayor's going to fall.
Sounds like it.
Well, not good idea to tell people guarding Sar that Sar going to fall.
It doesn't really
Bad.
Like a really good password.
Not sound like
these
passwords.
Are not the Sar's guard.
Well, why we try to see Sar? We not try to see Elf. Want to see Sar.
We need to see the elf to see the Sar. So, thank you, Athael.
Too much time.
Grunt, you're pronouncing two things, Grunt. First, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's not Saw, it's Saw with a T. And second, they kicked him out of Russia a very long time ago. It's not germane to what's going on here in Copenhagen.
Dr. Gotak not understand Sar. We see Sar Madsen.
As you can see, we all speak the same language.
Do we?
I say Athael. Thank you for your help.
Obviously,
yes, speak good language, but some have funny accent.
He's not
kind of cuts his eyes at.
American.
About this time, Aiden says something in Mandarin.
Obviously, you have a secret language of your own. I will leave you to it.
Yes.
And then they seem to basically like grab one of the elven toughs and like put off to the side a little, make sure he's not wounded. Checks them to make sure that they're still alive. They're still alive.
Oh, he's wounded, all right. He's
all
just
more pride. It's more pride that has been wounded.
Like, okay.
So let us go back to the zoo.
Yes, I like zoo.
To the zoo.
We need to teach Grunt English. Proper English, not American English.
Yes, we should teach you English as well.
Grunt speak English fine. Don't have funny accent like Nigel. Dr. Gotak speak funny.
You know, English is such a strange language. Maybe we should speak something more civilized. You know, like French.
Yes, I would agree. Oui.
I mean, it sounds like he's trying to go to the bathroom whenever he says yes. I mean, that's what you want.
Say not wee in street that bad. Grunt learn that. Grunt use head.
As you're headed off, Bjorn,
Yes.
Athiel grabs you, not harshly, but rather the arm and says, like, I don't know. I think you should know that the people who desecrated the shrine were heavily armored, but it wasn't like they were wearing plate.
I suspect
Just something. Okay. Let's make sure. Okay.
Thank you.
So everybody leaves. We head back to the zoo, and the security's there, and the same person you talked to before is like, we can't help you. You should go away.
Mayor Madsen shall fall.
And it kind of like perks up his little ears, kind of do a little elfie perk thing, like, and then steps aside and motions everyone to go in.
Good, thank you. I have one quick question. It's the cyber papacy that was looking for something here, right? Oh yeah, cyber pope. Got it. Don't worry. I found it in my notes finally.
Yes, it is the cyber pope who was after everything, but that's yes. You are correct.
Okay. So let us go in.
By the way, the rest of you behind you, you're getting a local rendition of the non-singing version of My Fair Lady.
Yes. Doctor, if I might suggest.
We're all going to be friends and traveling together for a while.
Yes.
Call me Nigel.
Okay, Nigel. Sometimes it's better to be simple instead of trying to explain too much.
Oh, no, I don't see how that could ever possibly be the case.
Yes. Okay. I shall be here to translate for you.
You were let in. You were able to go into the mansion house, or it's very ornately decorated, but very in a simple manner, if that makes sense. It's very high end items. You could silk drapery and things like that. It's very tasteful, and things look possibly expensive, as it were. And someone is at the doorway and said, "Please follow me," and they lead you up some stairs into a drawing room. As "Please wait within." Leads you into the room, and it's a very comfy room. There seems to be drinks available already. It's hot tea if you would like, or if you would like, it looks like they have choices of wine and harder liquor too, if you would like.
Nope, tea would be just fine.
Okay, I'm going to see if they have a bottle of Grey Goose.
Grey Goose. There is a clear liquid, but there's no bottle. It looks like it's in a crystal carafe.
Shoot! I was going to give it to Grunt so he could go chase the Grey Goose. So
I assume everyone just kind of sits down and waits. Doesn't take too long. And then this person comes in. They're a very striking person. A very, if something could look delicate and hard at the same time, you kind of get that feeling. They've seen a lot, obviously, in Elf. But it's hard to tell. They have a very striking appearance, as I said. It's hard to tell gender-wise, where they're very androgynous in their looks. So you could be addressing Lord Everall or Lady Caffeine. You're not really sure. No one's mentioned anything about that either. So you're able to talk. They come in and they say, "Oh yes, I'm glad you're able to get beverages already and sit down." How can I help you?
Well, please tell them. After all, I wouldn't want to.
No. I wanted to see if you wanted to over-explain the situation.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. It's very simple. We were sent here by the Delphi Council to talk to the mayor regarding the activities of the cyber hoax agents in this area. And it seems like these are the same people who have been desecrating your shrines.
Yes, it was only one shrine that was desecrated. Yes, those were definitely cyber papal agents. There was I know that they were led by a person named Brother Pierre Laplace.
No relation.
May one ask how you happen to know his name?
Well, being a follower of the God of Secrets, one gets to learn these things.
Oh, yes, very well. I suppose that does make some degree of sense. Do you... yes, please, go
on. Well, yes, we were able to... someone was able to discover the message that was there before they desecrated it. The message said, "The twilight in amber awaits at Lake Armisvartner." And I will type this out for you. That's the message that was defaced. Caffeine
what was put? That was what was written, or that was what was already there that was defaced.
That was the message that was defaced.
Well, it seems like some sort of clue. Do you happen to know where Lake Armisvartner is?
Caffeine says that they've never heard of the lake in their time in Isle, but when doing some investigating on their own, the sources say it should be in Sweden.
I was about to say that sounds like a very Swedish name.
Mm-hmm. I know Bjorn is from Sweden, correct?
Sweden.
Land of meatballs. We go.
Would you like to make a mind test for me?
Oh, gee, yeah, sure.
Because I don't think you have anything like history or tracking or anything like that, right?
Nope.
Yeah, this does not. You know, there are lots of lakes in Sweden.
I'm going to go in and spend a possibility because
it's
you want to
not
know
this is a little bit of an extra thing. If you do want to spend the resource, you can spend the resource. I'm not going to say no to spending a resource, but you really don't need to. This was a little more flavor, as in you're from Sweden, so maybe you can kind of get a little extra thing, but you've never heard.
Okay.
Yes, you are the land of 1,000 lakes up there, aren't you?
Oh yes, yes.
Michigan.
Yeah. And there's
lots of waterways.
And you're
between Michigan and Sweden.
Between Dr. Nigel and Bjorn, you're able to kind of go, well, these are the kind of lakes I know in Sweden, and nothing sounds familiar, or if there'd be some sort of translation strange there. So Caffeine goes, Caffeine interrupts the discussion, says, well, that is where these agents were headed. There's at least the brother was headed there. So it's possible that you may be able to find more information by heading to Sweden. But as you know by this other message, there is something more important that's going to happen. The goddess Aston herself has come to me in a vision. This attack that's going to happen, it's going to happen tonight.
Did it involve the clear liquid?
Clear liquid?
What?
Yes, that clear liquid over there. Did the vision come after drinking some of that?
No, that's not how these visions happen.
Okay.
He's not from around here. Doesn't understand magic at all, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Magic doesn't
understanding. The aim of this attack
I've seen magicians. It's just all sleight of hand.
Caffeine continues. The aim of this attack is to kill the mayor and to cause as much destruction as possible before being forced to withdraw. It seems that Uthorian servants have brought 2 huge Aurora wyverns down from the graves to a fortified crypt in Sweden. They had been trained with Viking Darger, the undead Vikings. And looking at Aiden so we can explain what they are. But it looks like a few nights ago, this strike team was discovered a short distance. They covered the short distance from Denmark, excuse me. They were hiding somewhere north or some of the northern section of Copenhagen, and in some of the ruins there.
So do you wish us to go and kill the wyverns now, or wait for the attack and kill them then?
Well, the attack is going to happen. I don't think you can prevent that.
You're asking
but
town to help assist with this attack.
If something were to happen to the mayor, which would be unfortunate, maybe someone else could take over for them, like that Major Nielsen. I think if you said if something were to happen to the mayor, maybe you could put in the word and put Major Nelson in charge.
So you're assuming the mayor will just be killed?
Well, if nothing's done about it, yes.
Yes.
Who is it that's trying to kill the mayor specifically? As a follower of the God of Seer, surely you've discovered this by now.
Uthorian's agents.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's as right now, Copenhagen is a peaceful area. Uthorian is upset that they were able to stop the expansion.
You sound like you want Mayor dead.
Oh no, heavens forbid.
Well, where is Mayor now?
But in case that happens, the mayor is back back at the palace.
Well, then let's go there and protect Mayor, so Mayor not get dead.
This is what I was thinking. I would agree with Grant.
Wait, what?
I think the hell froze.
It is the obvious thing to do.
Yes, we go to palace. Let's go find Sarmatson and protect Sarmatson. You take us. No more passwords.
Well, you could go out the door and head back to your vehicle, get in your vehicle and go to the palace.
You come with us so we don't have to worry about palace guard asking for a silly password.
No, we can go.
Agreed.
Thank you for the information.
Guards want passwords.
Not all gods, Grant. Just elven gods.
On the way in.
No elven guards at palace?
No.
Okay, goodbye. We go. Grunt leaves.
Okay, Grunt leaves.
Again, thank you.
You're welcome. And good luck.
Bjorn is shaking his head and going out.
Grunt, I've been wondering. The saw, that is typically a word used by Dinos to denotate one is a chief of some sort, yes?
Yes.
The mayor is not actually an Adino saw. He's a human mayor. There is a small difference. I would think a saw would outrank a mayor. You wouldn't want to compare him to one of your chiefs, would you? Perhaps it might be best to call him mayor.
Grunt ruffles his brow as he tries to think through all of the big words that Dr. Nigel just used and said, "We go see Sar Mayor."
No, just mayor.
And he goes to the car and gets in, purposely ignoring all of the words that Nigel is chatting at him as he talks above his social axiom.
We British have been doing this for centuries.
It's true. You're able to get back to the car unmolested. You're able to get into the car. You're able to drive. Do, do, do.
Oh, don't your back.
Unmolested except for my precious ears.
Yeah, there's that. Traveling around, and you're able to make it to. Look at nice little waypoints. Make it to the palace. You're able to get to the palace. It's probably it's afternoon. Not too far into the afternoon. You're able to get there. You walk in and you see the same person receptionist was there before. Like, oh, I think were you able to find the mayor in
Yeah.
in Friedrichsburg?
We were told he was around here.
Oh yes, let me get you in right away. Follow me.
Thank you, miss.
They're able to take you, and you walk in to the mayor office. You go up basically a couple flights of stairs into the upper levels of the building of the palace. It looks like the palace has been converted to be not. It's no longer a royal residence. It's a place of government again. Where this is the mayor's building.
Offices.
Yes. You're taken in to see the mayor. Mayor Paulina Madsen is there. She says, "I am so happy to see you." I'm grateful that agents of the Delphi Council are here. I appreciate that. How can I help you?
Actually, I believe we're here to help you, sir.
Madam.
Ma'am.
Sorry,
Madam Mayor.
I am Grunt, Marine Corps tribe, Jarhead clan. I make sure you not dead. You stay behind me, Sar Madsen.
Dead?
Well, go ahead, sir. Don't
Grunt takes up a position
Yes,
behind and
yes.
to her right, and he looks sternly at everyone in the room.
Like
First, Major Nielsen sent us because the Cyber Pope is interested in an artifact.
Okay.
And the Major said that you might be able to assist us in our investigations. But we have also, because of our sojourn over to the Elven area, learned that there is a threat upon your life by the agents of Uthorian that will come tonight. And so we are here to protect you.
So she hits basically on the phone that functions because we're still in Core Earth. She pushes a button and says, "Sergeant, could you get Captain Foster?" So a gentleman comes in. Captain Foster is there, and she says, "Captain, we have some reliable intel from these gentlemen that there is going to be an attempt on my life tonight." You said
tonight.
And
Doctor, to make sure I have this correct, it was undead Vikings and Wyverns.
Rat scallions.
Vikings. The Dorger.
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce it personally. I'm saying
Duergar.
Draugr. Yeah, because Draugr is something different. Draugr. Yes, she knows what Draugr are. So she does have some Eilish knowledge.
Excellent.
Okay, so do we know where they're coming from, or is there any other information besides wyverns and Draugr?
Well, there was something about runes to the north of Copenhagen, but I don't know more than that. Doctor, you seem to know more about the geography of this area.
Indeed.
So you explain the situation, and she tells the captains, like, please contact Major Nielsen, see if they can spare anybody, any troops, and then let's just make sure we increase our patrols and set up to repulse an attack on the palace. You do get the feeling that she does have some tactical sense, at least. And she's going to let her, well, she's delegating it to her captain. The captain's going to take care of it at that point. It's like, okay, now that's taken care of. You said it's tonight. So I do have something that you can help me with. It's a more peaceful mission that will help everybody. And it sounds like time is of the essence at this point.
Indeed. Please go on.
I'm sure you've been told little of how Copenhagen works. To the south and west, there are a group of trolls who have taken residence in some of the sports complexes.
Oh, we've met them.
She opens up her drawer and takes out a letter. It's a letter, and it looks like it's been sealed with basically the imperial wax of the Danish court. I would like you to take this message to the trolls, to Tongue Lasher Frold, who's the leader of the trolls, and I want them to offer them a place on the city council. This is the right thing to do.
Are you certain?
Well, yes.
No, seriously, are you certain?
Oh, yes, positively. I've had nothing but good relations with the trolls, and especially if they're going to be staying here in Copenhagen, they should have a voice also.
Yes, but they do seem rather
rough and tumble.
Yes, inclined towards the destruction of one's personal property with little consideration for how said destruction could impact others or interfere with their missions. I'm not certain that they would make the best counselors at the best of times, much less counselors in a time like this. And he'll go on until someone stops.
Yes, she listens for a moment. Well, Tongue Lasher Frold is very easy to work with. They've worked with Major Nielsen when their leadership can come in and control the situation a little better. This is why I think they need a spot, and it also is going to help shore up the defenses of Copenhagen. If the trolls have a voice, they have the moral obligation to defend the city.
But more than that, if they have a reason to fight, they will want to fight.
Yes, and having them fight for us is a better thing than fighting against us.
Can deliver paper tomorrow, not dying today better.
This needs to happen as quick as possible, because if I do perish, then this letter will mean nothing. This agreement will come to nothing because someone else will be taking over in a duly elected manner.
So don't die.
Well, yes, Grunt, I believe in this case, one likes to plan for all possible occurrences, just in case the worst should happen.
Well, get Captain back in. Captain, take letter. We keep you not dead.
But
surely we can.
How can I put it? The assistance of a Delphi Council agents puts weight behind this letter also.
Oh, yes.
He looks at the letter. He kind of, not heavy. Right on stone? Stone heavier. I get you stone.
Not heavier per se. Look at it as it carries more gravity to it. Shows how important the situation is.
Nigel, you do realize who you're talking to, right?
Yeah, I do not think he understands gravity.
I believe you could have just finished the sentence that I do not believe he understands, and also would have been correct.
I lean over
We have to do first the one thing that she has asked, and then we can do the other.
Why send paper when we take SAR? SAR talk to Troll. Troll more
No.
gravity in SAR.
No, she's too busy here.
I understand what you're saying, what Grunt that it was, but I do have business that I do need to take care of here.
Grunt, SAR has spoken.
Fine. Take paper to Troll.
Well, it's nice knowing you.
But you're gonna die because Captain, not good Captain.
Oh no,
Not
no,
as good as Grunt.
The captain's a fine captain, but I'm sure if you leave now, you'll be able to get back in time. But you said the attack is happening this evening, right?
Grant, you do realize that the captain is a captain. You are only a Grant.
I am chosen of Lanala.
Yes, but he's an officer. See, officers, gentlemen, typically make better leaders than, well, those who are not.
Ring knockers not
I think
know
we
what
can
go on
agree to
by
disagree
troops.
on that, but
Ring knocker want to drink beer. Ring knocker not know what go on. We take letter to Troll.
Okay. So you're able to get back to the van. And
it was nice to meet the mayor for at least once.
On the way out, I try to find the captain before we depart, and I lean in close and I put my best intimidating Adino's snarl on and say, "You not let Sar Madsen die, or I come back for you." And then I walk away.
When he comes back, I'm certain he'll eat you.
Do me a favor.
And I'm going to
just roll an evidence analysis test for me. If
you
don't
mean
have,
a straight mind? Sure.
A straight mind roll. Yeah. I just a a nice little. Okay. Okay. Halfway through your speech, you realize that the person you're talking to has the same insignia, but it's not the same person. So you can see they're a captain, but you're realizing like, well, wait a minute, it's not the same person you were talking to, so it's a different captain. And he's kind of looking at you going, huh? Like everyone else immediately realized that this was not Captain Forrester. But
I don't know that I would have engaged someone other than Captain Forrester.
But they had the same insignia and everything like that. And everyone's frustrating you. I'm just having
rank insignia is a little high for my social axiom, but facial recognition I can do.
Oh,
but that's okay.
But they look all the same in their uniforms.
Oh, right? all officers look the same. That's
exactly. But it's like I will pass the message. You can kind of go. You're not Dr. Forrester. Like I'll get the message to Captain Forrester. He's a little involved right now.
I just kind of wag my death claw at him and walk off.
Okay. Not the first time. Well, it is the first time I had someone awake there.
Thank you for your patience, Captain.
So you're able to get to the van and boop, boop, boop.
I want it noted that Grunt made a mind roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
You keep pausing.
Yeah, I do because I was like, oh, it's hit the space bar to do this stuff, and I have control over the vertical and the horizontal. Boop 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 boop.
And I'm tempted to put DHL on the side of our van.
What can the Brown do for you today?
Yes.
You're able to get to a sports complex.
Phenomena.
Which I have a nice little pop out for that. Yes, it's a sports complex. There are fields of green. There are soccer fields. There are volleyball fields. There's tennis courts, things of that nature. As you're walking around, as you get closer to this complex, you can see that there are trolls that are walking around either singularly or in pairs, and you drive by.
Zigzag pattern.
You'll see every once in a while that you'll see a troll like point and laugh and like hit, knock someone on the shoulder, say something excitedly pointing at your van, or they'll come by and they're like, yeah. very excited to see your group. You
The
get
Delphi Council delivery team.
Exactly. You're able to get that. You're able to get there. You're once again you're at the complex. You've gotten directions there, and there are a few trolls up in front. And you go up to the building, and the troll says, "Halt! Who are you?"
I am Grunt, Marine Corps Tribe, Jarhead Clan. We have message for Tongue Lasher.
Oh, you cannot pass.
You take too long. I move by. And I want to intimidate. I want to intimidate the shit out of him.
Okay, here. Let's do this for you. Let me give you a nice little turn.
That's
Right,
fine.
If the GM smiles, it's already too late.
Let's. Yep. There's a small little tiny troll. Would you like to target the nice tiny little troll by the van? Just because the size of this map was trying to get everything on there. So that way we can see it.
I think I targeted him. And I got a shift on intimidate or just hit intimidate?
Shift intimidate.
Oh, I don't have any penalties or bonuses, I don't think, unless someone's helping me intimidate this guy.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what though?
No. Is this all still the same scene, by the way, Mike?
This is still the same scene.
Okay.
I played a mistaken identity card.
Okay.
But do you want the good effect or the bad?
You want the good effect or the bad effect? Yeah.
I'm more interested in the good effect on this one.
Okay.
Tongue Lasher, he has a long lost brother who helped a guy one time, and
You look like him?
I look like him.
Or
something else. I don't know.
Maybe Tongue Lasher is expecting someone who's human today. And this guy, he can't tell Grunt from a regular Isla.
We all look alike.
I mean, it's a fair cop.
Well, I mean, I'm in a loincloth with face paint and death claws, so kind of distinctive.
So
yeah, but don't all humans dress like that?
Kind of goes. It's like trying to put the troll's trying to put two and two together, and something seems to click. So wait.
Yeah.
You're not outsider. Are you visitor?
Yes, I am visitor.
Looking at Grunt specifically.
I am Grunt, Marine Corps Tribe, Jarhead Clan. I visit Copenhagen, wherever we are. Copenhagen.
Oh.
Sar Madsen send me with letter.
You visitor. Go inside. Wait a moment. I take you to Tongue Lasher for old. You I'm pointing at everyone else. You outsiders. You go away.
They are not outsiders. They are visitor.
Outsiders. You visitor. They outsiders.
No.
Yeah.
I think we just failed our mission.
Not at all.
Where letter?
Grunt
paper.
You see the other trolls are like, yeah, right. Visitor, outsiders. Only visitors go in. So
go on in, Grunt. Go on in. You just have to deliver letter.
All right, fine. Give me letter. I take letter.
All right. As Grunt walks in,
And hopefully he
you
does
do
not
see
eat it on the way there.
You
Can I
do,
eat letter, not food?
you do see a bigger troll that has come down the hall because there's a big ruckus being made in the front here. And this is what's going on here.
I'm Grunt, Marine Corps Tribe, Jarhead Clan. I have letter for Tongue Lasher. I am visitor. Take me to Tongue Lasher.
Grunt just
I'm
take me to your leader
Tongue
line.
Lasher Frold. And basically goes outside and looks at the why looking at the guard's like, why have you not brought these emissaries to me?
Bad guard. Guard
like,
not bring everyone.
Emma, what? And Frold's like, the Storm Knights. Why do you not bring Storm Knights to me?
Yeah.
That him pointing to Grunt. Him visitor. Them outsiders. They're not visitors. And so the I was like, ah. And so the
like the trolls.
So
They have a similar social axiom.
Exactly. It's like, so Frold's like,
About.
okay, is the Frold like folds their hands together. He's like, what do you think the Storm Knights were here to do?
Certainly not surf on a van.
Guard's like, they want to see you, Tongue Lasher, and the Frold like looks at them, waiting for the troll to put two and two together, and then another guard goes, "Oh, I know," and then gives a salute to Tongue Lasher. Visitor Storm Knight's here to see you, Tongue Lasher Frold, and then Tongue Lasher Frold just kind of like face palm.
Yes, we go. Come,
Storm Knights, please enter with me.
Yeah. And I have the letter gripped tightly in my fist, crumpled up, and say, I have letter for you.
Bjorn, I do not know if Troll and Grunt both can make 2 plus 2.
So Frold,
no, not make 2 plus 2 with Troll. Troll not attractive. Need to try and mate.
Frold takes you into place, says,
more reasonable.
I apologize for the guards. They're learning still.
And we apologize for Grunt. He's not.
he has reached his apex.
Grunt just smiles and nods and holds out the letter. He doesn't get the joke.
Grunt.
So as you're walking to the sports complex, this looks like a place that is partially transformed. The aisle, as you're walking through the sports if you've been to any sort of gym or sports complex, where essentially people can go and work out in a what I'm trying to say,
professional,
and not professional. It's you're going to the YMCA or the local gym or something along that way. It's that type of sport, but it's the public's allowed to come in. They show their they show their
members
membership.
only.
They show their membership and they can go in. You see like reception desks and.
So it's not like a private football club.
Correct. This is it for public use.
Community, yeah.
A community. Yes, thank you, Rob. As you're talking, you see a vending machine, and Frold stops for a moment, puts in a couple of kroners, which are the Danish value or Danish currency, and tries to push a 1. It looks like there's some drinks in there, and it's like kind of like size. Just breaks the lock off, opens it up, and says, "Would you like anything? Any refreshments?" There looks like there's Powerades and Doritos and water in there and things like that. And grabs a Powerade, unscrews the top, and starts drinking. And
Brett looks in there and then looks for something that looks like food.
There's nothing in there that looks like food. That looks like packages of stuff and some liquids in bottles.
Where's food?
Yes, I was wondering the same thing myself. Do you
Yeah,
have anything that happens to, well, not be quite so loaded with various chemicals? Maybe some more Eilish food? Natural?
Nothing that.
Ooh, yes, natural.
Nothing that you would be able to digest very well.
I assume then you only have troll food.
Yes, unless your vending machine is.
Vending machine is troll food?
No. That's more living person food.
I have an idea.
That is not living land food.
I'll
No,
take
not
a
living
bag
land
of
food.
Doritos and be like, just pop it open. Grunt, would you please smell this?
Huh.
Smells like could be food.
Yeah, enjoy.
That what he takes the
I'm going
bag.
to grab a Snickers.
Yeah, so grab a Snickers. It's right
I smell
there.
a joke
It's like-
coming later.
So they lead you into what could be a Dr. Nigel understanding a little more core earthy and Eilish. Everyone but Grunt could really kind of look and say they're turning troll tongue lasher Frold is trying to turn this into more of a throne room, but really there seems to be a bunch of ice baths that are ready, and then Troll lasher Frold goes up to the one ice baths and gets into the ice bath and motions you to do the same to get into the ice bath.
Bjorn will have no problem doing that.
All right, Bjorn would like to. Would anyone else like to join in the ice bathing?
Excuse me, is there a purpose to the bath?
It's good for you.
Bath feel good?
No, not when it's this cold. I assure you it doesn't. I mean, it might feel good up to about the knees, or perhaps the middle of the upper leg, but past that, I assure you, it most definitely does not feel good.
No, too cold. Not feel good at all.
So Dr. Nigel and Grunt are passing. Is anyone else would like to get into the icy cold water?
No. Aiden will stay near the door.
Is Aiden wearing a suit?
Yes.
So he can totally get in. He won't even feel the water.
So
I will go in just because the British man did not.
But you say that's why you're getting in.
we're gonna say the soaring sleuth is going to get in.
Sure.
I need Dr. Nigel and Dr. Nigel, Grunt, and Aiden, who are not getting in. Could you make me persuasion rolls, please, all separate?
A straight charisma roll, you mean?
That's to be a straight roll, yes.
I have a 1.
I have a 12.
These guys tried to crash our car, so you know.
Actually, I should have given you your DN. Your DN is a 14. Would anyone like to improve those?
I don't even think I could.
Let's see.
No, I'm good. I'm good where I am.
Okay.
I'm not good where I am, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Aiden, would you like to do something about that?
Yeah, I'll play this willpower.
Okay.
That'll get me to a
Fantastic.
15.
And I will say that Bjorn took off his loincloth to get in. You know, he wants some dry clothes when he comes out.
Fantastic. You're realizing here, Aiden, that it wasn't quite a request, and you're going to you may offend the asking tongue lasher Frold by not getting into the ice bath. But
That's perfect.
Well,
the other two,
Dr. Nigel.
Grunt and Dr. Nigel, they're just oblivious to this.
Yup.
What's cold?
Nigel,
You can
apparently,
get in cold water.
they may take offense if you and I and Grunt don't get in this water too.
Seriously?
I mean, yeah.
Grumble, 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 grumble gets in.
Grunt.
Take the rifle off my back, lean it against the sidewall, and closest to where I get to it.
Well, cold water. Why everybody get in cold water?
Because of the experience.
Because it's refreshing.
It is a new experience.
I thought your rules of faith required you to put yourselves into uncomfortable positions.
Fine. Grunt, get into cold water, and he dances in like, and he, he's and
Fantastic. You see a smile across Tongue Lasher Ron's face. Sure, that's a face. I would like everyone to make a DN12 strength test. I believe Bjorn, you are favored against cold.
No, I'm
against
up.
cold. You're up. You get to roll up.
What was that? What? DN10 what? Strength?
12 strength.
Okay,
Oh,
straight.
I actually got it without the up. But since I have the up.
Yeah, you can roll the up.
Ooh.
What is that up?
Oh my god, I'm almost
What
to...
the?
Wait, does anyone have a glory?
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on. So right now we have Grunt passing. We have Aiden passing. I believe Pierre was showing a pass.
Yes.
So everyone except for Doctor.
And
now,
Soaring Sleuth did not pass.
Soaring Sleuth. Okay.
I would need to roll a 19 to pass it, and with my roll of a 6.
Just.
Actually,
and
let me do some math. If I add
so Bjorn, your total's a 44 right now.
Yeah. I mean, does somebody have a drama or...
I got, I want to say hero.
Okay. Let me go on and see if I can do it.
Yeah,
Does anyone have the glory card for you?
Yes.
I have a 61 already.
So
the
there
die total is a 61.
So
Bjorn, actually goes underwater and comes back up and flips his hair and...
Oh, this is you fantastically.
Dylan.
All right. So, everyone, if you want to pick your destiny card, I'm gonna pop.
Strength test of a 61, you say?
Yes.
Yep. The die roll was a 61. The total is a 28, I think.
Yeah.
The action
I
total
just
is
put
a
the die
28.
roll down for the glory. And who played the glory?
I did.
I did. That's Pierre.
Pierre, yes.
So if someone has a basic bonus, supporter, or whatever else, I could make that roll.
Unfortunately, I have a second chance.
An adrenaline?
Adrenaline would also do it if you'll trade me that.
Okay. You said draw a card. And you already gave us the glories. Okay, good.
And Lynn was there. Yeah, you got the possibilities already.
So I'll give you that.
Oh, wait. Okay. Yep.
I will then go back here and spend the possibility. Gotta find it first.
Yes.
How is my...
Did you give out our possibilities, or do I need to up my number?
I gave you your possibilities already.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have to actually drop mine because I had not put the number in yet when you gave me the next one.
Gotcha. So you dropped it already? Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I just did.
We are.
All right.
Game state good.
There is my... You said it was a 12?
That's correct. So Bjorn just goes in and just puts his head under the water, comes up and does that
hair flip,
swimsuit model hair flip back, except it's in his entire body. It's a little weird, but it looks fabulous. Like the light catches everything in the correct area.
All of the trolls, ooh.
Yeah, Tongue Lasher Fold is very impressed that you just, as they say, took it like a mutant.
Took it like a mutant.
Exactly.
Took it like a mutant.
Yeah. So everyone has passed the strength test. Tongue Lasher is very impressed with everybody. So if you do need to make any persuasion checks, everyone except for Soaring Sleuth is favored at this point.
We just won't let him talk.
That should be easy.
That's fine.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. I am mistaken. Excuse me. Bjorn is favored, and Aiden are favored. Oh no, you did not
Because
make
we
good.
jumped in first.
You didn't. No. It's a good or outstanding. Good or outstanding. You're favored.
Oh, okay.
But nobody except for the Soaring Sleuth is very. Everyone but the Soaring Sleuth is not very stymied. Just want to say, Bjorn is favored when discussing persuasion because of that outstanding roll.
Figured out who our mouthpiece is.
Aiden,
Mostly.
right?
Aiden.
He's got the charisma to back it up.
Also, well, actually, I was going to say too is that Bjorn would not get that outsider penalty for being a mutant because
okay.
he's the troll is also a little bit of an outsider also. So
Gotcha.
I'm going to give you that nice little bonus to the glory roll. So Tongue Lasher is impressed by everybody at this point, except for maybe Soaring Sleuth, who's in there kind of shivering, going, it's cold here, and it's a little chilly. So how may I help the Storm Knights?
Grunt, do you still have that letter, or did you get it in the water?
He got it in the water.
Here it is.
Amazingly, it must be some sort of magical paper because it's perfectly dry.
We were requested to
the
deliver this
troll
to-
goes troll frond or troll lasher frond just snaps their fingers, and another troll comes over, grabs the letter and brings it over to Frond, and then goes back into the shadows around. Frond opens up the letter and reads it. Oh, okay. I am excited. The mayor wants us to join council as citizens, but I have questions. Storm Knights answer questions. Yes.
Well, we can
Yes.
certainly try.
Yes. Okay. So Denmark is monarchy. Yes.
Yes. Constitutional monarchy.
Who is Denmark?
Is Queen still alive?
What do we know about the Danish royal family?
You would know that the Danish royal family has been exiled into Germany. When Uthorian attacked Isle and the Cosm expanded, they were able to stop them here in Copenhagen and get the royal family out.
Okay.
So they did not transform and become Eilish or go poof.
Well, there's your answer.
They're in Germany, so there's your answer right there.
Yes, however, I'm afraid the historian has.
For any folks watching,
Yep.
Pierre has made a joke in the in Grunt's to Grunt's demise.
Yes, and Bjorn laughs at that. I have a feeling he and Pierre are going to just be speaking in French behind everyone's back.
So Queen Liv, that's good. So will Frond and Trolls need to swear fealty and serve Denmark Queen?
Yes, I believe that would be the case.
What's the letter say?
Well, since Dr. Nigel did bring it up, you would know in the constitutional monarchy, you wouldn't necessarily have to, because the council pledges aid to the queen, and they uphold the Constitution. So technically no. So it's whatever you want to tell.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I was saying this is Nigel. Nigel's like, yes, you must follow the queen.
Well, Nigel knows.
Nigel is obviously a monarchist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, technically, the Lord has certain requirements and there's certain things it lacks. It would be the morally right thing to do, however.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
And, of course, in doing so, as I believe you're a feudal society, you would then have obligations to the city, and the Queen has obligations to the city as well. So ultimately, the Queen would have obligations to you, and you to her.
So what he's
So,
trying to say, it end up being
so
mutually
wait,
beneficial for the both of you.
Indeed, yes, mutually beneficial. Thank you.
So who have right to demand fraud, to demand what? To demand the trolls raise troops and fight for them? Who say?
Would
Well,
it be a decision made by the council?
Yes.
Which
Technically,
means you and whoever else is on the council will discuss it.
So Mayor Madsen, head of council, Mayor Madsen lead us in battle, right? That seems a little unwise.
well, the mayor is able to delegate that ability to, say, a good warrior. Should one on the council rise to that position and wish to lead the armies in battle.
I think they'd call that a champion in some places.
It could be, or a general.
So who champion of Copenhagen?
I believe they're looking for one, sir.
You could be.
So Tongue Lasher Frond could be champion.
Maybe the reason she sent us to bring this letter to you.
Oh.
It would seem the obvious choice. I mean, I assume you are the largest.
But it's so. It seemed a little weird though, because like I say, Mayor Madsen should lead us in the battles. Because wait, Core Earthers leaders decide who to use as troops, but they don't join in battle?
No.
Sar Madsen not say anything about champion. Sar Madsen only say come join council.
Yeah,
Yes,
Core Earth leaders tend to lead from behind the lines and send troops in. Well, the major leaders do.
It is the smartest way.
But they don't fight with.
No.
Oh, no, that's not. No, they do upon occasion when the occasion warrants. The occasion
Yeah,
does not
that's a no. That's a no. Those in charge tend not to fight, at least in Core Earth. They usually leave it to, I'm sorry, the grunts.
So
what?
If time for war in Copenhagen,
yes.
Do you Storm Knights pledge to fight alongside trolls in defense of city?
We're here. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't.
If we're here, yes, we would fight in the defense of the city against the armies of darkness. Yes. However, I don't believe we would fight against the armies of light.
But if Army of Light attack Copenhagen, would defend city, right?
The Army of Light would not attack Copenhagen.
The answer is yes. We are here to defend Earth.
Yes, but the details, they are important. I feel, sir, that you're trying to obtain from us a guarantee that we would take a responsibility to the city to try to see to its welfare, to the good of its people, including your constituency of trolls. You have our word, sir, that is precisely what we are here to do.
I have your word, and then I'll look over to Pierre, kind of look at this. Do I have your word?
You don't need to worry about his.
No. But do you pledge?
I will fight for the city.
Only until it's overrun.
Only until they say we're attacking.
Fight.
I got a charisma of 5, and I'll make back say
We're even planning on defending the city tonight when Euthorian's agents attack.
Oh, Euthorian attack tonight?
Yes.
Tried to kill Sar Madsen. We need to go back and
He's
defend Sar.
trying to kill the mayor. You could show yourself to be a very strong
Champion.
battle
Trolls
leader.
come help keep Mayor
Champion.
alive. We defend city.
Seems
Deal?
like this negotiation has gotten to a
you tell-
different level, so I'll just step
Tell
back a second.
tell Mayor that trolls become citizens.
You come help defend Sar Madsen, Mayor
Yes.
Madsen.
If
from
trolls
Uthorian.
citizens, trolls defend city. I went way too grunt. I'm sorry.
So
I went way too grunt.
If
So
You
you
send
just
trolls
pissed me
back
off.
with us.
if the troll I will gather
breathe,
forces.
man, breathe.
We will help defend city tonight.
Excellent. Let's go. Grunt's
And
getting
if we
out
have
of the
some
water.
time,
He's using
I
that as
was
an
going
excuse
to-
to get out of the bath.
Water, okay.
I'm going to introduce your people to a new musical style that I think they will like.
Oh no.
Okay.
Are you a bard?
Yes. Didn't you? Have you
You
not
don't
seen
see
my
the
instrument
axe?
that I?
You
Yes.
not pay attention for all of last scenes?
I don't remember him
Yes.
doing break. Did you do bring the beats and I missed it?
No, he has a guitar.
He's been
with
playing the
razor
guitar everywhere we
blades
went.
on it.
Yes.
I missed that.
His
Mhm.
axe is a guitar with razor blades
Yeah.
or large blades. It's an axe. A reinforced axe.
Well, at least you're doing it in Darkhold and not say.
Right.
I've seen somebody
And
do it.
but I mean he does actually have profession death metal, guitarist. So
Grunt is rapidly moving away from the cold bath and heading back to our vehicle or whatever so that we can go defend the mayor because he doesn't like being away from the mayor right now. And he's trying to get Tongue Lasher to come on and more trolls and whatever to head that way. Come on, we go defend mayor.
Crank up the van and turn on the
But-
heat.
Yes. It was very
Yes.
cold. It was very cold. Yes.
Grunt not feel toes and other things.
Well,
Fantastic.
those have probably crawled inside to get warm.
Wait.
So
So we are going to head back to the palace.
Mike. I'm making
Yes.
a nuisance of myself until trolls come with us.
The trolls are going to gather their forces and they will meet in the city in the palace. They will head there, but they have to gather their forces.
yes,
Well,
and you don't
Send
want
trolls
them
on
stepping
truck.
on the
Trolls
van.
like riding truck.
No, they don't. They like destroying trucks.
They didn't destroy it. They like riding. You give 2 trolls.
We will
Tongue-
tongue lashers. We will be there. Are you saying that I am not worth my word? That we will be there?
We have to go. Very sorry to have said that. No, not what you meant at all. Gather your trolls. Take your time. After
Tongue
all,
lasher word. Tongue lashers show up. We go.
Yes, tongue lashers show up with trolls.
I get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Get into the van, head off to the palace.
Yeah.
We are going to break for a scene.
Oof, it's good. I have.
and you want to
We
take
gotta
a
do the card
break,
thing
break?
though.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's take a break while we do the card thing.
Ooh, we're at 5 now, so yay! I don't have to get rid of anything.
That's correct.
I don't
So
think I ever actually drew a card for when we hit the glory. But that's, it's okay. I just went to 5.
Oh,
now.
there you go.
I am gonna get rid of a step B though.
Right, I was below 5.
Okay. And for those who are watching,
I
we'll be
was gonna
back in
say,
about
Robert,
10
before
minutes.
are you guys discarding to the table?
And we are back from our little break. I think we've already taken care of all the cards we need to take care of.
Well, there was one I said I was gonna play, so I'll put that in the chat now. This way, it's not still in my hand.
Yes. You head back to the palace during the daytime. You're able to head to Dr. Oh, yes, Dr. Manson. You were head to back to Mayor Manson.
Dr. Bizarre.
With a little cinematic flourish. The doctor hands the mayor the letter back, as they both had to seem a little strange twinkle in the eyes, as if some sort of unspoken spark has caught between them.
In other words, we both come from money. Okay.
Yes. And you're able to tell her, yes, the trolls accept her invitation to become citizens and help defend this. It's like, oh, fantastic. Captain Forrester has created our has shored up our defenses. You can see that there are sandbags up and around now. You can see that there are visible troops on the roof of the palace. There are sandbags that are put around entrances, things like that. You do notice that not only are people armed with core earth weapons that you would see, various. I don't know what the Danish equivalent of an M16 is.
I think FAL.
Yes, thank you. There are also, you see some people who are wielding pikes, or they have sword and shield, things like that, and they would also have a personal sidearm with them. So they are gearing up for a battle.
Are we able to get close? I guess we get all the way up to the mayor because we're handing her the letter, right?
Yes, that is correct.
I post up behind her and to her right, and I don't, unless I'm forcibly removed.
Okay. The captain goes over the battle plans with you to have any tactical awareness the group may or may not have. He's not 100% sure. So for ease of, for flexibility, for I know as your storm knights, you'll be able to get anywhere. You could be able to get anywhere quicker than anybody else in case we need it, because we do not know, besides the wyverns and the Draugr that you've mentioned, we don't know what other forces there are. So the best place for you is up on the roof where you can react better. So it basically, you've got 2 squads of 10 that are going to be with you, so you can direct them or to put you on the roof.
I'll pop out the Barrett and set it up.
Okay. I assume, Grunt, that you're going to go with everyone to the roof also? Or...
Grunt doesn't want to go with everyone, but if the captain orders him to go to the roof...
At some point, realizing that what's going on, the captain will order you to the roof to be able to react. You do have radios. You're given the proper radio signal to... I assume everyone has radios. I know.
Yeah. I have an earpiece communication.
Yes.
Should.
You're given the frequency to communicate with, communications.
Testing.
Yeah. And we wait till night. And the night will fall.
Where is the mayor staying?
The mayor is going to be inside the building. The mayor is understanding the directions. They'll be underneath the floor underneath in a secure location.
Who guards mayor? Who guards our mayor?
The captain and a squad of troops will.
I do want to make sure I've got a good line of sight to any entrance to where the mayor is currently staying at.
Yeah, you're able to get on the roof. Basically, there's the entrance to the stairs. Stairs go down.
Grunt practices on regular basis running as fast as he can from the roof to wherever the mayor is and back to know exactly how long it takes him to get from one end to the other.
Okay.
Hey, Grunt, would you like to make that faster?
Yes.
Is that sort of understanding of timekeeping and response times in Grunt's social axiom?
Understanding it, no, but doing it, yes.
So
Doing it, go. I was fast.
I mean, yes,
I was fast.
I want these back, but
Do I want to be faster? Yes.
I can let
I
you
think-
borrow
I
my
think
wall
Grunt-
crawlers.
Hey, Grunt. If you think to yourself, if you rip the door off its hinges in the roof, you could be faster.
People don't like it when you damage their buildings.
But you would make you faster.
I have wall crawlers if you want to use them.
No, they don't like it.
Okay.
Not my fort.
The only way to get so the way to trap Mark with that is, unfortunately, you're just not going to be fast enough unless you were to like rip the door off its hinges, and I don't think you want to do that. And then Mark starts to think, well, TM is saying I shouldn't do this, so maybe I should.
So lead them down the path and say, well, but you don't want to do that.
Rod, you're on the other side of the screen this time. You're not supposed to be helping the
I
GM.
can't
this
help
time.
myself, Mark. I can't. I am who I am.
I'm
But,
writing this down.
but
Lead
Mark-
down path. Take it away. Okay.
Aiden does have wall crawlers if you want to use those.
Wall crawlers?
Yes. It's fibers in boots and gloves with fibers in them that temporarily bond to material that you press against.
Oh,
Even
wait, you
slick
want me to put
surfaces-
something over my hands? That would slow me down.
Well,
And also, it would just disconnect him.
I'm okay with that. It's just the whole why am I taking
All
my
right, I'll
natural
keep them
hands
on
and
in case
putting
I-
them in dead things?
I'll keep them on just in case I need to get down fast.
Yes,
myself.
you keep them on. You be faster.
Actually, Mark,
Mike,
you want to just
Yes.
I know.
are there lookouts with binoculars and other things?
Oh, yes.
Because we said coming from the north, so we're
Yes.
going to have some time to prepare.
Yes.
And
I know.
I'll keep my eye on the scope
example,
too. On the
Yeah,
horizon.
Aiden's gonna have his Barrett out and set up. What is everyone else doing to prepare?
Well, the
Push-ups.
second I get the signal that they're on the way in, I'm going to start playing like Eddie in the finale of Stranger Things. So, if you've seen
I
it
was
yet,
wondering when you were
Okay.
going to bring
Some of
that
us haven't
reference
seen
in.
it yet.
Okay,
I've
Hey,
not seen it either, but
it doesn't
It's all over.
doesn't ruin
Yeah.
anything.
ruin anything, but I start jamming.
So you want to make it this the most metal concert ever?
Exactly.
Okay.
You have your little pig nose amp, so you can you're on the roof. You might as well
Well,
broadcast.
I
the
have
whole
a
city.
Tharcold, guitar. Doesn't need much more.
Okay.
All right, so we have.
So how
Bjorn
much
is,
shock does
is
that
jamming.
cost you to play?
Huh?
I said, how much shock does that cost you to play?
No, I'm
He's running.
assuming there should be some shock to play it. But
It screams literally.
Yes. So Bjorn's playing. Aiden has got his scope set up. Grunt is running back and forth. Dr. Nigel.
I am keeping calm and carrying on.
Okay. A soaring sleuth will probably do a little soaring around every once in a while.
Yeah,
And,
I don't
Pierre.
think Pierre has his pistol, his firearm ready.
Okay. It gets to dusk. It gets dark later in the night. This is a little lighter than it would be, but this is a nice evening picture of the palace that you are defending. So you have taken positions alongside two squads of 10 soldiers each on the roof on one of the palace buildings. Out of the darkness, two longboats begin disgorging Viking dagger on the docks, where you can see them. Somehow they must be using magic or something like that, because they're just all of a sudden you hear the Viking noises. They, like I said, they must have been covered by darkness or some sort of foul magic.
All right, incoming, gentlemen.
Rat scallions.
Two longboats begin disgorging Viking Draugr on the docks, who engage the defending soldiers. Suddenly, one of the soldiers in the courtyard shouts a warning and points to the sky. Tiny flares of light in the sky grow from pinpoints to 4 times that into the size of the thumb of your outstretched arm. The attack has begun.
All right. Well,
All right. Would everyone like to give me a fine test, please?
A fine
would-
test, you say?
We would
Yes.
not like to, but we will.
You will be considered into dim light during this, so it will be at a -2.
I've got night vision goggles,
Okay.
but it doesn't matter. Well, you got a 5 total, so. You know what? I'm gonna put some candy on that.
All right. So unless
that should only be a 6 for me, but because I forgot to put the modifier in.
Yeah, Soaring Sleuth only got a 9.
I fell off the roof.
Remember.
Well, unless Pierre and Grunt are using anything to augment their vision
Nope.
that is outside of the axioms,
Do not think
I
so.
think we're fine. Yeah, I don't think you do either. So, yeah, you're everyone's focused on the Draugr. Excuse me.
I got a 12.
Oh,
12. Okay. Is that what? Yeah, you have night vision. Someone said, "Oh."
no, I just forgot. We're in Isles. I rolled over 60 on something. So we can talk about that later.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, we can
Ooh,
talk
yeah.
about that later. Well, we'll figure that out. You'll discover something that is magical that happens after this scene. How's that?
You give them
Yes, that's
hair?
perfect.
That would be
Yes.
Oh, something with ice bath. That'll be fantastic. Okay. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I'm going to write this down. Bjorn enchanted item 60 glory. Okay.
Don't enchant the thing.
Oops.
Because that's all he had on.
I mean, if
Your hair is now gives you.
he was wearing
cold
a
resistance
thing,
or something.
not a thong, but a thing.
Yes.
So yes, Aiden,
It's
everyone
after
else,
9.
everyone is. You can see the on the rooftops. The soldiers are taking careful aim and they are firing into the longboats because they do have enough range on some of these weapons that they have. Some are not firing; they're holding back, waiting for either to get closer or something's going on. Everyone else is more concentrated on looking at what's happening with these longboats. Aiden, you do glance up into the sky, and you do notice that from quite a distance away, we're talking on the probably kilometers away, you see something that's flying in. Being from a more tech-savvy Cosm, these are either bombs or missiles. Something's coming in. And I'm going to flip a card
Yep,
here in a
and
moment.
we'll announce over the comms or to anybody nearby that we have incoming from the sky.
Someone tell Major Uni we needed law rockets.
You mean law sticks?
Law sticks.
The law sticks?
Law sticks.
It is
would have been
possible.
good. Law stick would have been good.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't want to put the... I wonder if I can do that.
Bjorn's not on the bad guys team this time.
He's not. I fixed this token. What do you know? I'm going to begin the combat. This is a dramatic scene.
Yep.
So
Are we outnumbered?
you are not outnumbered.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Or remember, it could be outnumbered or at a serious disadvantage.
We have
Right.
cruise missiles
you
coming
are
in.
not outnumbered or at a serious disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yet. So there's a couple things going on. There's combat going on. You do see that there are wyverns incoming along with the bombs. You're thinking that, doing quick calculations in your head, Aiden, You're thinking that a couple of bombs are going to hit the city, but a majority of them are going to be hitting the palace areas.
Yeah, you've got the wrong person doing calculations. I have a
All
five
right.
mind.
Okay.
By the way, Mike, did the trolls manage to muster some troops and get here in time for the shindig? Or
you were running back and forth. You have no idea.
okay,
That's fair.
not wrong.
You do have. You are going to have a DSR to be able to do something about these bombs. They're coming at you. You can use either application or kinesis tests, DN10, to hit the steps, or if you can tell me how you would like to prevent a missile bomb-like thing you're not 100% sure what exactly it is out of the way.
I'll go for
or
application.
somehow. Okay, I would say if anyone else wants to also
The Barrett.
help out.
I was like, the only thing I can do is with Barrett's try to aim towards the very front center of the warhead and try to blow it before it hits the ground.
Yes, that's able to do.
50 caliber sniper rifle is an anti-vehicle.
The biggest difficulty is you're going to have to make this DSR in 3 rounds.
Right. Here it says no DSR. Is that a thing you should change or?
Well, I will be changing it. Yes.
Okay.
But it comes in and says, okay, hey, we need to get step 8.
Yeah, the reason I was asking was because there's also a complication that we have to beat this round or it gets worse.
But it also means can't you do A and B in this round?
You get one step.
No, just one step. Okay.
You get one step.
Lemma is a single step on this.
The current step.
So our villains are going to go first. You do a couple of wyverns come sweeping in. There are Draugr that are on its backs, and they jump onto the roofs and they jump onto the troops. So let me.
Oh, it's because of the troops. That's why we're not outnumbered.
That is correct.
Stupid troops taking away cars from our pool.
That is correct. I did count up the numbers of how many troops, etc.
Said they jumped on the troops. I went, oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Technicality.
Let's see, and then you should be able to add.
Eden, if you'll deal with the living creature, I will try to use applicative magic to deal with the incoming missiles.
How about if I let you go before I do? And if you succeed, I will shoot the wyverns. If you don't succeed, I will try to shoot the missile. Does that work?
Remember, as a team, we only do one.
As a team, you can do one person can do it unless you have.
Of course, I'll say, but knowing the rules, that's not an option, right?
Yes, I know. I'm just.
Unless you've got situational awareness in step A.
I do not.
Or backup plan. But I think we only have the basic deck in here, right?
No.
I do have backup plan.
No, I've seen the step card.
We have the step card. I did not flip to see what it's going to be. We are going to ignore what's on the card.
I do have backup plan, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, but any way to get it in your pool for the first round?
For the first round?
Oh, no.
He's not smart enough for situational awareness.
I'm not smart enough to be aware.
Yeah, the prerequisite for situational awareness is awareness.
Defend and taunt is approved. Heroes will be stymied, but we'll take care of that on our turn. We should actually take care of that now, shouldn't we? Let's see if I'm going to. Well, let's stymie you one at a time then, because
I can get mine.
Groups don't like to be stymied.
I got mine.
Yeah, mine.
Fantastic. The wyverns are going to look at this group that has not been attacked, and they're going to a piercing sound, not unlike Bjorn playing his guitar, shriek out.
Okay.
Oop. And actually, We're going to get that group there from him. Let's see what happens. Oh, I didn't do the shift. Silly me. So we have an 11 against everybody's. And against your dodge. So how is everyone except for Dr. Nigel? Did anyone get hit?
It was standard against Pierre.
Standard against Pierre?
So that's 15.
Pierre's going to take 15.
11 to hit.
11 to hit, dodge. Or dex.
Mrs. Grunt.
Misses.
Okay.
Yeah, misses
Eight.
me as well.
Mrs. Soaring Sleuth.
Sleuth. Okay. Well, then Pierre is going to take the 15 damage.
Okay.
Oh, I know why. And then from the other side, everyone Bjorn are going to get hit with the same shriek. How does a 13 look against everybody's dex and dodge except for Bjorn?
Mrs. Aiden.
Standard on Grunt.
On the nose.
That standard on both Soaring Sleuth and Pierre. Two
All right.
more shock.
So everyone except for Aiden are going to take 15 damage.
And you said we are already stymied, or that takes place on our...
This should take us your turn.
Okay. So then technically I can and not take it.
You'll make it and not take it. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I don't need a wound the moment we start.
No.
And then we have a bunch of these dudes.
Not to slow you down, Mike, but do we get cards on the Wyverns and Durgar?
Oh, yes, you do. That would be smart. Thank you. I need to do that quicker and be reminded to do that myself. Because I have those. We have a Viking.
We can't be intimidated or taunted.
And we have a Wyvern. You should be able to see both of those, correct?
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you. Sorry. And then the Vikings are going to do this real quick. They are attacking the grunts, essentially. So what I'm going to do here is...
Not my boys.
They have that. Oh, yes, they have fear. So against the Draugr, everyone needs to make a willpower or spirit. Yeah, D and 10, if you fail, make yourself very stymied instead of stymied.
Where is that?
And his shoulders. Soldiers are sturdy. Oops, I thought I had a target. Oops. That. Okay. The Durgar and the soldiers clash with each other, but they don't seem to. The Durgar don't seem to do too much at the moment. But they're certainly in melee with them.
Where's the condition, Mike, on the character sheet?
It's not on the character sheet. It's on your.
Oh, it's on my token. Okay.
Yeah. So what you want to? So what you do, like Bjorn. So right now you have very stymied and stymied. So you want to take off. Right click. Oops. See, I'm clicking here too. I'm using Bjorn as an example. You should be very
Okay.
stymied. If there's an issue, you can look at your character sheet and look at the effects, because the effects should be there. So right now, Aiden, you have you have very
Yeah,
lots of effects.
Yeah, because I clicked the wrong thing or something. And
And
how are you removing that?
you right click.
Very good.
Just
Okay.
right click.
Pardon? You right click on the token, and you can remove it. And if you left click, you can add. If you keep left clicking, you'll add numbers to it.
If it won't go away, try pressing shift at the same time.
Here,
I think I did that. That's what put the big
Right.
stymie in the middle of my dang.
It'll
Yeah.
also remove it. The shift also removes it.
I'm trying to fix it here real quick. All right, you should not have made anymore. Okay. So Pierre, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So Arrow did that. They did that. All right. It is Hero's turn.
And Soaring Sleuth also did not fail that. So
Oh, we didn't. I'm sorry.
No, I can change that.
You got it. Okay.
So the Wyverns are not close enough for melee.
Wyverns are flying above, and they're not close enough for melee. That is correct. Okay. Dorgas, people are going to have to run if you want to melee the undead, and everyone is under a dim effect, so a -2 on everything, unless you have night vision goggles like Aiden has.
Does the darkness apply to the DSR?
Yes, because you're trying to manipulate and move away the bombs themselves.
I'll go for that first.
Okay.
And I rolled a 4, so there's another incoming possibility.
Okay. Let's take it off your.
Be in a standard 10.
This is a standard 10. Yes, that's correct.
All right. Ugh. Really? Yeah, very stymied and darkness. So nothing I can do about that. That was all the resources I had.
Okay. Who is next?
Bjorn is going to run, which I know is considered an action. Up to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to hit all 3?
You can hit at least 2.
At least 2? Okay.
At least 2, yes.
Because hitting them is not a problem. I mean, multiples. But I do have 2 for the movement.
And then the darkness penalty for dim light.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's shift.
Correct. Yeah, have them targeted, or at least one of them targeted, and then shift.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's the one big thing. That's the one big thing to get used to is getting the targeting.
Yeah. Concealment and action. I rolled a 6. I'm going to give you a possibility.
Okay.
Because I want to try to get at least something. And no, I'm not going to.
Okay.
Again, too many minuses. So.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Who
I'm
would
at
like
least
to,
there.
Who would like to be next?
The Soaring Sleuth would like to soar.
Okay.
And Sonic Screech on that guy.
Sure.
Target. There, Sonic Screech.
You know, if somehow Sonic Sleuth could screech that wyvern down low enough to where I could get to him, that would be helpful.
He will spend a possibility because he has quite a few of them.
Mhm.
Let's see. Up, down.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so a shock.
So surprisingly, it will actually take shock. It doesn't look like a dead thing. Okay. That's a soaring sleuth. Who would like to be next? Oops.
Mike, how close? The one that's I can't ping it. The one that's to the right of
By
that looks like
Bjorn?
it's that looks like it's
This one
close to the peak of the roof. Can I get up there?
They're flying a little high. There's no way you're going to get into melee with it.
Can run up there and jump on its back or something along the try and grapple it.
You're not going to be able to leap that far.
Okay.
To get it. No, I didn't mean to make Flooring Sleuth dead, but you know, hey.
Well, Jim should have been here.
He should have
Well,
been.
you know
That's
what?
right.
You're right. Fantastic. Okay.
Why not move myself?
All right, you got the thing moved for targeting?
Yeah, I'm still on targeting. So I'm gonna run up here
Mm-hmm.
and try and take out 3 of the.
You can take out 2 comfortably.
I can't reach 3, huh?
You can't reach 3. Yes.
Okay.
2 definitely.
Um.
You're going to be at -2 for the run, -2 for the dimness, and then
Okay.
multi-targeting if you need that.
Yeah. So multi-action, multi-target.
Are you actioning? What's your
Yeah, I
multi-action?
gotta- Well, I mean running.
That doesn't take an action, so it's not multi-action. But
All right,
well,
fine.
yeah, I know what you mean. It's still a -2, but yeah, I got you.
All right.
Yeah, someone should take a screenshot of the
Let's see. So I
Soaring
ran,
Sleuth and let them know that we killed him.
and I'm multi-targeting, and none of that. I'm not all out attacking because I can't spend for it. I think that's all I got. Okay. That's not very good. I'm gonna spend 1 for you.
Okay.
Oh, really? Doesn't seem right. It's not right.
So what modifiers did you put in?
Oh, that's what's killing
So you're
me.
you're
Okay.
very
Yeah,
stymied.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
running
I
multi-target.
got it. It is right. Crap. Shit, I forgot about the very stymie. Yep. All right, I'm done.
Okay. I believe we just have Aiden left. Aiden Pierre.
Aiden, I think, is just going to take this moment to aim at this wyvern up here.
Okay.
So
You are
I'll go ahead
aiming.
and mark it as that's my target.
Okay. Pierre.
Pierre will go ahead and shoot that wyvern. I should have it targeted.
Okay.
And -2 for darkness. Let's see. I'm going to spend a possibility. Oh.
I don't see the minus on the modifiers. I didn't see the
Oh,
darkness modifier.
I just put a Huh, I put -2 in the little thing. I guess it didn't show up.
All right. You should. Let's see.
So it'd be 2
plus 8, 19. It would be a. That's still a good success. It will take 2 more shock. Okay. And I believe that's everybody. So cards in pool.
And we should also clear the very stymied, right?
Yes. Stymied or any conditions, you should be able to clear them. And as far as your complication, it seems as though the shrieking has, from the combination of the wyverns, has destroyed the easy exit off the building and the doorway into down below into the building itself.
Is that instead of the usual -1 you get on a complication?
That's instead.
Okay. That's good. I'm okay with hey, it's harder to get out of here.
It's harder to get out of here.
I was worried it was you're gonna be like, no. So
yeah, no, this isn't instead. I thought of that. I'm like, you've already got a darkness. It's really kind of doing. You got 2 more rounds to get through this. Anywho,
I'm worried. I'm thinking there's possibly a last ditch effort coming with a critical moment. So we'll see.
We'll find out
if my dice get any better.
Well, let's find out. So the middle text will be in effect. There is an A and a C, so that's good. On this round, infinity results do not add extra bonus dice of damage for heroes. Villains will go first. Heroes will flurry. Attack and trick will be approved. Okay, villain's turn. This little draggy, this little Aurora Wyvern, flies away, and this little one also flies away. It's going to fly around and get out of anyone's range, so they do a up, down, in between buildings and palaces, and then kind of fly away.
They're on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to avoid your big gun there, Dan.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, well.
They're also trying to avoid the bomb.
What? You mean that bomb coming towards you?
Yeah.
Speaking of, here we go. Oh, wait, they go first. Never mind.
Yes, they go first. Let's see. This dude is going to turn around at Bjorn, being struck at.
Okay.
And we're going to give you ye old battle axe. Roar! Okay. I don't know what. Because I didn't shift. 11, I believe, misses you anyway.
Yes.
And then this little Viking is going to do the same. Because I would like to do this the correct way. Haha. That is correct. Okay. I did it correct. So it looks like there's going to be.
But the toughness here is not correct.
Oh, you're like a toughness 17, aren't you?
My toughness is 18.
Toughness 18. Well, you're going to take a shock.
Yeah.
I got to figure that one out. Bjorn. Toughness 18. Fix. Shoot. So have your shock and enjoy it.
Okay, I
as
got it.
they struck at you. This boy is going to. You're going to have two boys who are going to separately attack Grunt. That is going to be a miss against Grunt. Oh, I should be going against your unarmed, shouldn't I? Damn.
Still misses.
Yes. This one hits your unarmed with a good success. Does that look about right?
A good success?
Yeah. What's your
My
unarmed?
unarmed's 11.
An 11? Why is it saying it's a 9 when I'm targeting you?
Oh.
Let's see. Your unarmed is an 11.
Maybe not take. Did he put vulnerable on his sheet at some point and not take it off?
That's
Not
what I'm
under
looking.
my effects.
Right now, I've got your defenses with your creature shield. Unarmed is 11. It does say unarmed is 11. That is strange. I will find that later out. It is a standard success.
You're 2 shock.
Which is 2 shock, yes. And this guy is going to attack. That guy. Checking to make sure that there his armor is 9, so that's correct. Boom! If that guy's gonna go, ouch, and go out. And then on the other side here, I'm gonna roll that, and they're gonna be bad over here. Okay. Those are our villains. Heroes.
No, continue with these two. Oh, actually,
Okay.
no. Let the doctor do his apportation first.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a step B?
Yeah, I would have. Too late now, I guess. I'll still trade you for it because I'll go for B and C on the flurry.
Yep. There you go.
I'll trade you now, and that looks like that's step A done.
That is step A done. Yes. All right. That is the doctor for his current turn.
Then go on and finish these two.
Go ahead.
The 2 off that I was attacking.
Correct.
So this time I am going to. I have them. Let's see. No on that. One that. And I'm allowed attacking. So that is a 26.
Oh,
and what is their? What is their? Not a 26. Sorry. I have a good success.
You have a good success?
All right. Yeah. Well, it says I have a good success. So, but
yeah, I'm looking at the numbers to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, infinities don't go. So that's going to be 9 points. Or no, excuse me, that'll be 5 plus.
Right. So that'll be a 20.
A 20? Yeah, you're still going to. These boys are going to go bye-bye.
Okay. And I'm going to make myself very vulnerable.
Who is next after Bjorn?
Can I get all 4 of those guys up there?
You can get the 2 that you're on.
I can't reach those other 2.
Can't reach those other 2. They're a little more spread out than what's shown here. So
Anyway,
put
I
a
can
run
line up and
in
get
there.
those 2 of the Barrett.
pardon?
Anyway, I can line up and get those 2 of the Barrett.
The 2 over here.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly you can, but they are in melee.
Well, one of them.
All the Durgar are in melee. Oh, except one of them. That's correct. The one on the end, he killed this guy.
I'll
So
wait
this
till
guy,
Brent's done, and then I'll.
that guy is not in melee.
Well, Mike, could I get over there to get 3 of them? If he's just not in melee.
He's just not in melee. That's all.
All right. Fine. There's no way to get those 3 and not that one guy
Correct.
with a run or a movement or anything like that.
I mean, if you want to run, then I'll let you hit everybody.
I'll go for 3 and put a run in there.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. So let's remember to target some things. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Oh, that's me. And then I am gonna come over here. Shift click, and I am running. I am going for 3. Oh no, that's not all. That's actions. I'm going for 3. I'm gonna all out attack.
Mm-hmm. And you've got dim light too.
Do I have dim light, or do I just put that in a? Where do I?
You in the bottom. There's there's like a little table and effects. You can put -2 in there and just type in dim on the table.
Okay. Let's see how we do here. That's how we do.
Haha. So yes, you definitely do it. You have at least a good success on all of them. You're going to do wounds that are going to fall over.
That's what we want.
Okay. That is Grunt. Who's next?
Did Aiden want to shoot at that guy?
Yeah, I'll take a shot at the one that's way up there. Let's see.
All right, bud. See you tomorrow.
All right, let's see. Single action, single target. Not a called shot. I guess that's everything. Just a roll.
You have a good success.
Get a BD.
Yeah. Yeah, you did a minimum 1, so yeah, he's going to take a wound and he's going to go poof also.
Okay.
All right. That was Aiden. It's Soaring Sleuth and Pierre.
I guess go the other way. Excusez-moi, pardonnez-moi. And I'll attack that guy. Make him the target, not me the target. Works this time. Okay, that one did it.
There we go.
I am gonna possibility that.
Okay.
Good. There we go.
So, which guy you had? This guy targeted.
Yep.
And he's gonna go. He gets stabbed and poofed. And the soldiers are all, yeah, go Pierre guy. While over here they're all, yeah, go mutant people. Because you both look a little weird over on this side over here.
Yeah.
Not look weird. Look like a dinos.
So Soaring Sleuth is gonna jump on top of the church steeple there.
Yeah, and pose.
A pose, okay.
And pose. He's got that Rocketeer pose where he's
And the Batman up, you know.
Intimidate.
They're
Absolutely.
dead, right?
So everyone who had a
Ooh,
successful
I got a card.
time, remember to get a card. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, yep.
And meanwhile,
I got step A.
I got a step D.
oh, nice.
Oh yeah, we do have to get all 4 steps. We just don't have. Ugh.
Correct.
All right, so Lehman, you trade me that step D.
Yep. Let's see. Pass over.
Okay, let me do some shock. Okay. So the troopers fight valiantly, and they seem to, they're not really creating wounds. They're trying to stun the effect is stunning the undead, which has no effect on the undead. So that's what they're doing. Over here on this side of the roof, they're starting to fire down upon the other Duragaru there. Oh, and actually these 2 guys over here. No, those guys are dead. Okay, they're all dead. It's just this side. So that is, I believe, that is our. Was the sleuth doing anything except for posing?
Not right now because intimidate taunt can't really be done.
It's not going to do a thing.
So.
Mm-hmm. So this will be cards and pool, if you haven't already, and we can throw out our flurry round. So who would like to go first in the flurry round?
Quick question.
Yes.
Could Soaring Sleuth, he has that screech thing of his. Does that actually do damage or have any weird sound wave effects or anything?
It does do damage. It's a sonic ray. It's a sonic ray.
I think he could, if I gave him appropriate instructions, go screech that sonic ray into the air to help deflect these incoming missiles and possibly help? Because if he's not attacking, which it sounded like...
as an assist.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
As an assist? Yeah, we could do that, yes.
Can't attack, then hey, at least it's doing something, right?
Right. Now...
Yeah, you'll have to...
Just roll maybe melee weapons. Or energy weapons, I mean.
Yeah, just roll energy weapons, and that'll be what's... he'll still be at a -2.
Right, for the dimness.
For the dimness.
What's a possibility of that? There we go. That's nice. Little addition.
So a good success. He's going to give you 2 bonus help.
Excellent. So then I will play this so that I can go for... Why did it not let me play? Did it put the card on the table? Because it took it out of my hand.
Did it go? Did you discard? Let's see.
No, I pressed the play button.
What was the...
Fetched a red error message up, which has gone away.
Oh. Let me look at your... Let's see. Discard piles there. Dr. Nigel, you're trying to play a step B?
Yeah.
Go. I'll figure out what happened to the step B. Go ahead and roll it. I know you guys had it.
So we're going for B and C, right?
B and C, okay.
And is the DN a 12?
The D1 would be a 12 effective because you're going for multiple.
Yeah, I took the -2 in though.
Okay. Hey, did you have the dim light also? Multi-action, you got the
I
help.
did not have the dim light.
Okay.
So maybe if somebody who has a supporter could correct me. Oh wait, no, I didn't have the dim light, but I have a 12 action total. So even with the -2 with the dim light, I still hit the 10. Right? Because I put
yes, because you did the multi-action.
Oh, but it also
you had the help, which take pardon?
So I do. If you hover over the modifiers, has the multi-action and the help, which all set, and I have a 12. So the darkness would make me a 10. So I don't even technically.
Correct. Yeah, you don't need it because you would hit a 10 because you put the multi-action in there. Yeah.
So
we're good.
One round to go.
Okay.
I am done.
And we don't have D on the card, so we can't do that anyway.
Nope, that'll be next round.
Okay, who's next on the flurry round?
Well, I would like to get over to the other guys, but in terms of distance,
You could run, but you're not going to get over to.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty much going to, oh shoot, I did that again. I was not on the right thing. Sorry.
We completed through
effect.
step C, right?
Boom. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step C.
I
Yeah,
do not know how to get rid of this.
I will get rid of it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So basically I can get to about here.
Yeah, you can get back to around where you. Yes, you can get there.
Okay.
Measurements aren't exact, but yes, cinematic.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Bjorn, Dr. Nigel. Who's next?
I
Grunt's,
will go ahead.
Grunt's going to do the same thing and just run over there.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
20...
you're gonna get it back to where Bjorn is.
Okay. Oh, I gotta get back to that.
That was I hit control instead of shift.
I know the feeling.
I have a rock shoot spear. Can I chuck? Is this guy? I don't know how to. Yeah, there we go. I pinged. Look at that. I did
There
a
you
thing.
go. Good job.
They're
they're all in melee. Yes.
Okay. I don't want to hit my friends.
So that would be two less.
Two less. Okay.
Yes.
12 versus there. Melee with that. It's going to be a standard hit.
Okay, so it's not going to do anything because I'm pretty sure they
Just do
have relentless shock.
Yep, they're not taking anything from that.
Yep.
Okay, that was Pierre. And then Soaring Sleuth assisted. Aiden.
Yep. Got 2 on the very end. I know they're in melee. I'm going to try to shoot them. Am I on target?
Mm-hmm.
I am on
I
target.
pulled that flesh wound and played it, Mike.
Pardon?
I pulled just a flesh wound. No, not just a flesh wound. That's not what I was supposed to do. Damn it.
You wanted to put that in your pool?
No, I wanted second wind is what I wanted to play. I need the flesh wound back.
Okay, so you're playing the second wind.
Yes, I pulled the second wind and played it.
Okay.
The flesh wound is in my hand.
Gotcha.
But I need it back.
But you need it back in your hand. We could do that. Destiny discard. Where?
Is that something I can do?
No, it's not something you can do.
Okay.
So who were you shooting at?
The 2 in the back. These 2.
Those 2 back over there?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want high or low to be on target?
High to be on target.
You are not on target.
All right. Now let's see if...
1. Let's see which... You're trying to hit both of them?
Yes. I've already spent the shock for the multi-targeting.
Gotcha. You're going to hit a soldier. And and one of the Durger. So these 2 bad guys you hit.
Okay. Well, it was a good success against the.
Yeah. Roll me. Let's see. What's his dodge?
What's the soldier's dodge?
Dodge is a 10.
So
So it's 1 less. Good 6. Yeah. Roll a BD.
Yeah, it's to be a good success on both of them. So,
Oh.
wound 2 shock. So fired and it went through him and hit the soldier.
Yep.
Maybe I should have just a tad bit higher on that last one. I didn't do it.
And, oops, why aren't you?
Y'all be careful, those Durgar. Apparently they explode if you get too close.
Mike, I still need that Just the Flesh Wound card.
Yep. I'm trying to.
No, you're cool. I
wonder if I can just drag it. I probably should be able to just drag it. Oops. Oh, I am being. I am temporarily locked up. I was trying to do something and it didn't like it. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. I think I found the issue that I need to fix.
I'll be right back.
Google is not responding.
Uh-oh.
Give me. Oop. Google is about to die.
Careful, Mike. You don't want Google to hear you say that. You have no idea what sort of response it will trigger.
That's true. All right. Let me get back to here. Destiny discard.
Google's allied with Skynet.
And grunt. Did you have 2, Mark? Did you have 2 Just a Flesh Wounds?
I did.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I saw one in there and I'm like, what's he making me do? Let's see if I can do this. No, did not like that. Here, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pass. I think this will work. And I need to go to grunt. Aha. And then there you go. It just ended up in the discard pile weird. It wasn't on the top. So I need to look at that and see what's going on there.
Well,
okay.
What?
There we
go.
go.
Tunes were in there.
There was 1 attuned in there.
Okay, because I played one last week.
Yes.
I didn't know if the discard was the same discard from last week or just this week alone.
It was weird and at the bottom, and I don't know if it's putting everything in direct order. So I'm a little worried about that. Okay. Anyway, so I believe we finished everybody's flurry round, and everyone got more cards into their pool, and we're going to flip a card.
Well, hell, I didn't even draw a card for the last attack.
Well, I would draw a card for the last attack.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, wait. We're drawing cards.
What, for a successful attack?
If you a successful attack in the flurry round.
Oh, I forgot to do that. Yes.
You did not attack in your flurry round.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
So
you're fine. What do we have here? We have villains have inspiration. There's a B and C on the card.
Do you want me to?
And then we'll go first.
Yes.
Do we need?
Yes.
Do we need to siege initiative?
Yes. We need a
Okay.
step.
Well, I thought somebody had a step D card.
Yes, but I also don't want to be very stymied while attempting it.
Why would you be very stymied?
The situation, Terror Awakens in the middle, DN14.
Oh, okay. Then
Yes,
I will
that's an
play.
Middle is in effect.
I just noticed in the combat tracker it lists all the cards in the players' pools. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, I forgot to pool another card. Okay.
All right, played season initiative. You're going to keep this card, right?
Mhm.
Let's have a new card. If alteration 14 plus any test you attempt this round is favored. Hey, do you have alteration 14 plus?
Too shy.
I can get
But,
rid of that surge if we don't want it.
There's a B and C. There is a surge that will happen. Villains go first. Taunt and trick.
I'm not super worried about that, if you guys aren't.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
lose
super
my
worried
turn
about
for it.
that.
I got a monologue in my pool.
I don't think you need to lose your turn for it.
Okay.
This is round 3, so I have to then play.
This is round 4.
It's round 3 because the ticker went anyway when I flipped a new card
Okay.
because
Yes.
of the season initiative.
Correct.
So there is my step D.
Would it be okay if the villains go first?
Yes, I'm just putting it on the card so everyone remembers.
Okay.
That's all.
Anxious Annie.
We're gonna. I'm gonna stop this damn bombs. Those dirty bombs.
Wait, they're dirty bombs? That's a
yes.
problem.
Yes. Let's see. These two guys are actually going to attack Pierre.
Good choice.
Plus one there. Nope. They fail. That guy is going to attack. Look, he's going to get targeted. Let's see what happens. Oh, I should have been doing stuff. But it's going to miss him too, so deal with that. Okay. Villains have gone. Heroes, would you like to roll me a surge with that nice little surge check button that I created for everybody?
Which is where?
That's
Number one.
It's in the little toolbar there.
Bottom of the screen.
Bottom of the screen. If you highlight over it, it'll say surge check. There you go. Lehman, you're going to disconnect.
Yes. But luckily, Soaring Sleuth has this in his pool that I accidentally took out of the pool instead of playing. Oops. Now
Well, we got a couple of rounds of combat out of the Frenchman before he surrendered.
There we go. No, that was Soaring Sleuth. Mine was the first.
Oh. Oh yeah, because it's doing stuff. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
We'll accept that.
Does
Soaring
Soaring
Sleuth can still help.
That's what I was going
Wants
to
to help.
Well, is he still soaring?
Yeah, I reconnected
He
immediately.
reconnected.
Oh, but I think Mark is saying, did he start to fall before he reconnected?
He started to fall and then played the reconnect card, and he is reconnected now currently.
Or he's hanging on that metal thing.
Well, he flew up to assist with the missiles, so.
Yeah, he's going to assist. So.
Sorry, Jim, you fell off the church steeple. You hit the floor, the ground before we could play the reconnect, and you get to roll a new character for next time.
Who's gonna
Smoke maybe got him.
Yep. Let's see.
Better than nothing.
So that's going to be one help for you.
Yep. Here goes. So I have to put a possibility on that because I don't think anyone has a basic bonus.
Yeah, and you don't have alteration 14 plus,
I do not.
As we discovered.
I am 2 away. So outstanding.
Fantastic.
No, outstanding.
Boop. That's your step D. All right. What would like everyone else to do, and we'll describe what happens.
Bjorn and I have a feeling Grunt. Do you want to run over there, Grunt, and beat up on these last 4 guys?
Yes, I do.
We could probably hand wave little things because you can, unless you.
That's fine. That's what Grunt.
That's fine.
You know,
Yeah,
unless
we're over there
unless you
beating
want
up on
unless you
Duergar.
want to unless you want to fish for cards, which you need a taunt or a trick for.
No.
Picking them up, throwing them off.
Yeah,
the
I'm
building.
like, wait a minute, I'm gonna do this. So you see the doctor, with the help of the soaring sleuth and his sonic abilities, Dr. Nigel has been waving his hands back and forth, getting these magically guided dirty bombs away. Yes, they're magically guided dirty bombs.
They actually dirty bombs.
No, we're just adding to it.
Oh, okay.
They're magic. They're magical bombs. They've been touched by undead. So yeah, they're dirty bombs.
Oh yeah,
touched by darkness.
That's an Eilish dirty bomb.
Oh yes. So yes, I thought this DSR is very nasty to do, because
the 3 rounds part of it. That's
well you're able to get the bombs off the palace. So bombs go off. One of the bombs do hit this side where people aren't really are, and these Duergar, they die. And some of these guys take some shock because they duck for cover. But yeah, it's at the end of round 3, the bombs go off, and depending on how many steps you go, helps you with your roll. So since you got through step D, all the bombs are deflected away. Nobody's hit. Both squads survive. But if you just got step C, you would be taking. Let's see. No steps. Both squads of soldiers are killed. The heroes must take a disfavored dodge test. Failure means you take 25 plus 2 BD damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's if you're disfavored. If you get a success, you just get plus 6 armor to it. A good success, you get 6 armor, take 25 plus 1 BD. Good success plus 6 armor, only taking 25. Only the outstanding you don't take any damage. And you're disfavored at that point too. So no rolling rolls. Hey, if you get step A, you're just not disfavored on the test. Step B, you get favored. C, one of the squads survives. That's it. So it's massive damage if you don't get it done in 3 rounds. And having the B and the D card helped a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Helped a lot.
Otherwise, it was last ditch effort.
Yeah, pretty much at that point too.
And that's hilarious because the only reason I kept the step B was because I wanted to discard Maelstrom.
That is funny.
And then I, as a attack approved action, is when I got the step D, placed it into my hand and moved it over.
Okay. So yes, you have waved off the bombs. Yeah, this is a nasty little DSR. Like going through this, we're like, oh my god, that could hurt a lot. The bombs are weighed off. So some of the bombs, they go off in the air. They still go off in the area. So buildings are damaged. People are possibly hurt. The squads are getting back together, and it's like communications are down now, so nobody really knows what's going on. You have the exit down has been demolished by the wyvern attack, so you just can't jump down the stairs. If you would like to grab your pool, put it back in your hand, you do have a choice now. If you would like to refresh your hands, you're able to, but that's going to take time, unless you want to just quickly try to find a way down. So it's up to you.
I say let's go quickly.
You can see around you that there are fights going on. Grunt, now that you're looking around, you can see that there are trolls fighting the Draugr. They're just on the ground and they're stomping him down. They look like they're fighting him off. Now that the entrance has kind of exploded, how would everyone like to proceed? You can try to scale the outside walls and get down to the bottom, at least a lower floor, and get in.
Oh, do any of y'all have a rope?
Is it possible to just use sheer strength to clear the debris for the stairwell, or is it just not?
It will take time. Soaring Sleuth can fly around.
He just flies down and in.
The Danish soldiers,
Pastry soldiers
do have rope, but they are holding their position up here, and they're firing down into the melee, or basically the scrum below.
How far up are we?
You're on the top of a 2-story building, so approximately
20, 30 feet.
6 meters?
Yeah, you're looking about, I'd probably say about 7 meters is the lowest point.
And the Danes who are firing, they're not like very well equipped or anything, right?
They're well equipped.
Okay, so they're cheesy Danishes.
Yes.
Okay.
They're cheesy Danishes.
Okay.
Hey,
Walk right into it.
Hey, wait, hey, Rod.
Yes.
You have five possibilities now. I'm just gonna take one away.
And I mean, there's not much I can do about that.
There you go.
Remember,
you can have it back. I temporarily took it away.
No. I was about to say, you will not GM forever. Go for it. Go ahead.
See, if it was a good joke, I would have been tempted to give you one, but no.
I think it was a good joke.
So you said soldiers, some may actually have rope?
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, for those who can't get down on their own accord, there's some rope we can use.
I was going to say, with how far up we are, the falling damage is only 10 plus 1 BD.
No, thank
Grunt's coming off the top.
Yeah, I'm jumping. I'm just going to make it easy.
Well, I guess that means Pierre and Dr. Nigel will have to find their own way down. And I'll jump over the edge.
Y'all can use rope. Y'all can use rope.
Yeah, I'll jump over the edge and use my gloves and my my boots to kind of
So where are you climbing down to? Down
towards, I guess, the front entrance area. Where
the front entrance
street.
Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, you said that there was an opening in the building.
Yes, bombs have gone off around the building. There are many openings in this building now.
I don't think we want to use those. That seems.
And I think what we're trying to do is get to the mayor to make sure she is safe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So Bjorn, you're just taking a fall.
Yeah, I'm leaping, but I'm just going to accept the fall.
If there's a way to avoid taking the damage, then I'd like to make a roll to try and do that. But otherwise, 10 plus 1 BD sounds manageable from Grunt's perspective.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's see. Bjorn.
That's a 14.
14.
Yep. So I take 1 shock.
And then Grunt. How about 12?
Nah, that's 2 points of shock.
There you go. Aiden, you're climbing down.
Yeah, I had already had the wall walker stuff.
Oh, that's 1 point of shock. Excuse me.
All right, do me a favor. Just make a, I think just a dex check.
Just the straight dex.
Yep. Bring Grunt down.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make down. Dr. Nigel.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
I am using that to climb down.
Pardon, you're using what? I didn't hear that.
The rope.
Okay. Just make a general little easy dex check.
General little easy dex check.
Yep. And Pierre?
Do I jump down?
It's very easy. You didn't flub it, so you're good.
Good.
Kind of gets hooked up for a moment, takes you a moment, and then you're able to get down.
It's that initial getting over the ledge. You know, it's kind of hard to do. But once you get over, you're good to go.
So you can roll damage for me.
Oh, roll damage for Pierre?
Yep.
Ooh. How about a 14?
14. That is a shock.
All right.
And then into the building.
Into the building. Into the building. Where are we? I think go ahead and line up everyone. Or would you like to line up there?
Sure. Well, that's good to me.
And inside the interior, things are thrashed. Things are on fire. Things are tumbling out of the way. You're able to make it through the first, basically the first floor pretty easily. You get up to the second floor, and where you think, or where towards the mayor's office is, and you can see there is debris that is alarms are going off. Sprinkler systems are trying to be firing, but they don't seem to be being very effective. There's a lot of smoke in the area, so you're going to have a -4 darkness penalty trying to see through the smoke. But you can see.
Is there a way to click that onto our token so that it'll roll it automatically?
What,
Sorry,
darkness?
What? Yeah.
You let's do this real quick. Let's see. Let me look at this real quick. Let's find you a. Oops. Let me bring these guys up.
Yeah, there's darkness penalties built into those status.
Yeah, there sure are.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Oh,
that's right after restrained, dim, dark, and pitch.
What darkness penalty are we in?
Right.
Or
you would go to dark now.
The second one.
I totally forgot about that.
That would have been helpful, but at least we know now.
That's okay. Doing math's good for you.
Not everyone agrees. I mean, in general, I do, but not everyone.
But it's so Aiden, you're gonna be down to a dim because a lot of the stuff coming in is through smoke.
Okay,
so that's really what it's making it a -4 darkness penalty rather than. Pardon? Because he has night vision goggles.
Yeah, I think I might have a cantrip that can do some wind. Do I think that might get rid of it?
No, there's too much smoke that's going on. I totally forgot to add the cantrips for you, which I need to do.
No worries.
Turn this down.
Good night, Cass.
Say good night. Be polite.
Good night. I didn't hear.
Say good night, Cass. That's probably why she didn't hear. Nobody ever shortens her name more. Because it's our Andra, and we only ever say Cassie, so she probably didn't pick up. Right, Cassie? Yep, she's like, no, I did not.
But you do see that these Duergar are holding behind a barricade. So you can either shoot through them or try to get through the barricade to get to them. Getting through the barricade will take a... It will take a maneuver or a strength test. It'll take a DN 14 to do so.
Is that one for all?
That is one. That is for the first person going through.
Is that a
Okay,
strength of
so-
12?
Yeah, I have a strength of 12 too. Because
Okay.
I was just going to say the first person is the one that's going to basically bust the barrier. Is that right?
The first one's going to bust through the barrier, and then it's easier to get through the barrier.
Okay.
So it goes from a DN 14 to a DN 10 maneuver or strength.
Okay.
Is there a way to just tear the barrier down?
That's what you're doing.
Would a second attempt remove it or reduce it
Well, the
further?
debris is still there.
No, the debris is still there, and it's dark. And there's other issues too that are going on.
Well, Robert, do you want to deal with the Durgar or do you want to take the barrier?
Let me do the barrier because I have more possibilities right now. And that means if I mess up the roll, I can try to possibility out of
So I
it.
mean, I can always go in if you want to take a shot at it. I'll hold back, and then if you don't get it, don't burn your
Okay.
resource. I can always do it or
Okay.
try.
Then once we get into are we in combat yet? No,
You're
not
going
yet.
to be, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
draw
going to be in
card, yeah.
combat. I have not flipped the card.
Is this dramatic still?
It is still dramatic.
Okay.
Do we have stuff pooled still, or is it all
You
back
do.
in our hands?
It should be back in your hands.
Okay.
We are the screwed. And there's 6 Draugr. Looks like.
There are 6 behind this barrier that
Okay.
they
Hey, by the
hastily
way,
constructed.
that we are quarter to 11. Do you think we'll finish this by 11? It's a good pause point.
You know what? This is a good pause point because then we will have Jim back here next week also.
Oh, so you can actually kill him in person this time.
Yes. Make sure to let everyone knows that Jim died horribly. Soaring Sleuth needs to become a new character.
Yes.
Disconnecting while flying is not good.
Disconnecting while flying. Yeah.
Chasing
it's
down
not
Towards
very
a
good.
wyvern.
Just say
Our dirty
that's
magic
all you
missiles.
have to say.
He tried to grapple the wyvern, rolled a 1, and jumped into its mouth.
All right. This figure is holding on to
I
the
did that.
dirty magic bombs.
So before we sign off, remember, I just want to remind everyone, Gen Con is in 3 weeks. I'm going to be there. That first week of August, we won't be playing because I will be traveling. But we'll be back the next week after that. And if you're at Gen Con, I am running games for TORGanized play. Say hi or try to message me if you want to just say hi, or if you want to have a adult or a non-adult beverage. It's there too. So we'll be there. And then Dragon Con, things are looking fantastic, and we'll hear
Yep.
more about it when Rod has more things going on. So thank you. Dan,
All right. So, without further ado, remember we're in this adventure called Life Together, folks. So keep the proper golden rule in mind and treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. With that, have a good week.